The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 327. We record on October 18, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Guns, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from Little Ohio with all the corn and shit, the Mayo. Steve Willier is back. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, Jesus, what's up? How's it going?
It's going mighty fine, partner. How's it going with you?
Good. All that corn's, kind of finished growing now. They're getting ready to start harvesting all that stuff and selling it, all the Halloween decorations and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, making the corn people. And from the West Coast, the best coast, our friend Henley Merrill. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey, coming in from the great grape country. Now grapes are all burned up. They're ready to be mashed and put in barrels.
Oh. Welcome, Gunny Chief. Welcome. And special guest from SoCal. Oh, from SoCal, big fancy over here. Evan Tanaka, Shirt Pockets is back. Welcome back, Evan. Welcome.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good, Evan. How you doing?
Doing good. Just getting cramps over here, but it's all good.
Good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes, Google Podcasts, or whatever podcast platform you listen to us on. Make sure to hit that follow button. And just to let you all know, we are now available on Amazon Podcast, Mayo. Amazon Podcast.
Amazon Podcast, cool.
An Audible Podcast, I'm pretty sure we're available on this as well. We're available everywhere. We're fucking Spotify. We're on fucking Pandora. We're everywhere, man. Go find us. Anyways,
I'm gonna subscribe everywhere.
Just go
Spotify,
subscribe
Pandora,
everywhere.
Amazon. I'm gonna do it all. I'm just gonna get multiple downloads.
Everywhere. Just fucking subscribe in like 20 different places. Anyways,
Yeah, speaking of it, real quick, I grabbed a new phone the other day.
Oh.
And it migrated all my apps over. And when it migrated my Pocket Cast app over, it downloaded every episode that I had subscribed to. So, like, right now, I have every episode of HGP downloaded to my phone.
That's like 300.
And every episode of a couple of the other podcasts.
That's like 300 episodes.
Holy cow, my phone's probably halfway full already.
On HGP, you probably have like 400 gigs.
You're going to need an SSD soon, like Call of Duty for the new HGP.
For the HGP podcast, you need a fucking new hard drive. Anyways, people, you can join us.
And stick a SSD into the back of your phone.
Yeah, do it.
We got
An
it.
NVMe. Join us on Facebook at Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. Follow our page over there on the Facebooks. And also join our community on Discord, where it is very active. Our community is split right now, guys. We are a split peoples. We got the Discord peoples and the Facebook peoples. And then there's some Discord peoples are Facebook peoples. And some of the Facebook peoples are Discord peoples. But there is some Facebook-only peoples, and we need to join these forces.
Definitely.
So I'm asking all the Facebook peoples to move over to the Discord. All right, motherfucker, you move to Discord. Just download the app. It's free on your phone. It's so easy to use. Just head on over, download Discord. There is a Discord invite link in our show notes. You literally just click it. Just go right now. Go to the show notes. You tap on that thing that says Discord. And it'll open up the app and it'll be like, do you want to join this server? All you put is yes. And you're in. You're in. Like, that's it. That's it, Mayo. It's not that hard, Mayo.
We're just asking you about
right
we'll
on
send
it.
you a link.
It's not that fucking hard, Mayo. Okay, get in there.
I'm on it.
Good.
I will be there shortly.
Good. Get in there.
And there's no questions to join this group.
There's no questions.
Send you a link and you're in.
They're even
In,
and the little robot welcomes you, and everyone's happy you're there, and there's like a big parade, right, Evan? Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Evan's there.
Explosions, cannons, fireworks.
Yeah, Evan is there. That's what happened when he showed up. But anyways, you could show up on the Patreon shout-out list like these people have. Thanks for supporting us on the show on patreon.com/horriblegamers for supporting the show with the monies. I want to thank our friend Michael Zick, Jason Sims, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Brandon Willard, Vaderholic, Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henley M, Jesse Kraft, Porchapu, The Mail, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, Jonathan, Big D Hall,
Big D,
and Bill Gardner II. Thanks to all of you for being Patreon machines. I love you. I love you, Evan.
Thank you all. Thank you all. And special shout out to Pork Chop Poo for cooking with Pork Chop too. It's just him going into Red Dead Redemption, cooking food.
He's cooking food and
That's the whole Twitch stream.
Pork Chop Poo. He's cooking shit in Red Dead. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here thinking the only one in this call right now that's not a Patreon. Who would that be?
No, that's you, Mayo. Shut your mouth.
Oh, that's me, huh?
The one speaking.
Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium. Sign up for a premium account. With Stitcher, you get access to ad-free listening, tons of exclusive podcasts, and so much more. To get a free month of this, Evan, all you have to do is sign up using promo code HORRIBLEGAMERS, all caps, no spaces. Get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium when you sign up for a yearly subscription or a month-to-month subscription. It doesn't matter to us. You sign up and you support the show, and you can even listen to us on Stitcher. That's right. That's right, Evan. Go on over to Stitcher.com/premium. Use promo code HORRIBLEGAMERS. And I want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Redbubble, where you can head on over there, Gunny, and get yourself some HGP shirts like we're all wearing today, or some mask, or some blocks, or some socks. It doesn't matter what you buy. You can get it all over at Redbubble. And, yeah, let's move on here and thank our friends for the intro song to the podcast, Ricky Alfaras, and our friend MacMod for the outro music to the podcast. Thank you, MacMod. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Anyways, guys, I want to talk about what I've been playing this week, and let's talk about video games. I've been playing some games. You've been playing some games. Let's talk about these video games. All right, guys. Big news. Big news this week. I played a game.
Listening. Uh-oh.
I played a game. And this game is a game that I played last week. But I played it again this week.
Have golden guns?
Does that have platinum guns?
No, that's the next game I talk about. But this game, I played last week, I'm playing this week. Crusader Kings, or King Crusader, whatever the fuck it's called. King Crusaders 3 or Crusader Kings 3. So yeah, I'm playing this game, and this time I'm actually doing a lot better than I did last time. So let me tell you about the dynasty of I think it's Murkad. I called him Munchin last time. It wasn't Munchin. It's like Murkad or Morked or some weird Irish name. Okay, I'm not Ireland. I'm not from Ireland. I don't know how to say this shit. All right, just it's Murche or AD or some fucking weird way to spell this shit. Okay, anyways, all right, I made my dynasty, Mayo. All right, and listen, people started dying left and right in the middle of my reign. Some crazy wars happened, Mayo. My kingdom was fucking growing. I like own all of Ireland now. Like I have all of Ireland is mine. All right, but then my king died and I became the queen because it's based on your heir, whoever's like the next person to the throne or your kingdom or whatever.
So we have Queen Jesus over here.
Queen Jesus, but she wasn't like she was the queen. But she was like underage, so she wasn't really the queen. Like this other dude was the king,
Acting.
and she was the queen. Yeah, he was like the hand of the king or something. Like he was the acting king.
Queen minor.
And she was like the queen, but she was only like 15 or 13 years old or something. So like you're still making decisions as the queen, but you're not making like these big decisions. Like you can't declare war.
It's not princess.
You're not. No, you're still called like I think you're called like the petty queen or something like that. But she like I said, you're still the queen. You're still protected and shit. Like people, they want to kill you and all this shit. But you can't make like decisions. Like you can't go to war with people. You can't declare war. You can make alliances, or you can like ask people to marry you when you become of age. You can be like, I'm gonna marry this guy or this person or whatever, and that's gonna form this alliance or whatever. As a king in my country or in this game, as a king, you can have a bunch of wives. Like you can have like 5 different wives or something like that, or 4 or something like that. But as a queen, you can only have one husband. So I picked this dude who's like way older than this girl, because he was like the most what do you call it? Like he had his kingdom was the most powerful kingdom that she could marry into. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing this for the alliance, for the military. So I did that, and pretty much what happened in this whole playthrough as the queen is that she became like this crazy motherfucking lady, dude. Like I had her making murder schemes, trying to murder people and fucking just executing prisoners left and right. She was like the queen from like Game of Thrones. She was evil, all right? And like everyone hated her, but like at the same time she was like well known across the globe because like she just became so known to be like this crazy evil fucking person. But no one could stop her because she was real powerful. She had this huge military. I think I hired like the Golden Company. It was like, it's literally called the Golden Company. I hired them as my military. There was like this mercenary group, and they had like 4,000 soldiers plus my army, which was like 3,000. So we had like a 7,000 person army just in my kingdom. That's not counting my alliances with other kingdoms. Like if I went to war and I called on my allies, altogether we would have like 10,000 soldiers. That's like a third the size of like the Crusaders or whatever, because I'm in the part of the game now where like the Catholics are going to war with the Jewish people, and then there's like the Arabic people that are going to war against the Christians, and it's like a fucking crusade. That's why it's called Crusader Kings or whatever the fuck, because it's about the Crusades, right? Like
a lot of holy wars.
Yeah, you're joining these holy wars, and you got to pick a side. Like, who are you fighting with? Are you fighting with the Jewish people? Are you fighting with the Christian people? And like, so like all these kingdoms are making alliances, and like, and it shows like when you pick a side, it tells you like, okay, you can join a side or you can just stay neutral. But this is how it turns out right now, and it'll show like who's allied on each side, and it's like every kingdom on the map, dude. I'm talking like there's like 100 kingdoms, and there'll be like 40 on this side and 60 on this side, and it shows you how many soldiers each kingdom has, or like each side of the war has, and you guys are pretty much going to war, and if they call you upon you and they say, hey, look, we're going to war with these guys, we need your soldiers, you got to send your army, you got to send them. Like, you can't just you can raise your army and just keep them in your land, but to actually get points for the war, to like become, to get like some fame out of it when you win the war, you have to actually send your soldiers into battle. So you have to send them like across the map, all the way across to like the Holy Roman Empire, and fucking fight a war, like way out there, dude. You know what I mean? This is fucking crazy. This game is deep, dude. Anyways, my queen, she ended up, getting old and shit. She died at the age of 46. She lived a fair life. She had like an affair with this dude who wasn't the king. So she had an affair. She had 2 children with this guy who she had an affair with. And the problem with that was that one of those kids, the son, was the next person in line to the throne, but he wasn't really the person next in line to the throne because she had an affair, but she kept it a secret, because you can choose to like tell the truth or keep it a secret, and I kept it a secret. And like later on, the secret, came out that she had an affair and this dude wasn't really the next person in line to the throne. So when the time came and she died, like there was like this crazy like fucking mix up of like who's next in line or whatever. But I forced this dude to be the next king, and he became the king. And now like a bunch of shit is happening in my kingdom where like I now made an actual kingdom, so I'm an actual king now. Before you were just like a lord or something like that. You had control of the land, but you were more or less like fucking like the Starks or whatever in Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? You weren't really the king, you just called yourself the king, but you weren't really the king. But now I actually made a kingdom, and I own all of Ireland and all this shit. So it's pretty deep, dude. The game goes on and on and on, and like, and all these schemes are always happening. People are always trying to backstab you or murder you, and like the whole point of the game is to just keep your dynasty going. You know, you gotta have heirs to the throne, dude. You gotta have those people there, because when the king dies, all your alliances that were formed with the previous queen or king that you had, you know, that you were playing as, all those alliances are dead. You got to make new alliances. So you got to always make sure you keep people happy. You're not, you know, and like this dude, during the time I was playing as the queen, there was this guy that was murdering people left and right in my kingdom, like near my castle. He was just murdering people, and it said like, oh, we found a dead body with the guts all ripped out. Like, what do you want us to do? And like as the queen, you can order people to you can order your royal guard to protect you all the time, like your soldiers, like your personal guard to like watch you all the time. Or you can order everyone in your court to be watched at all times, so like everyone that's part of your like castle or whatever needs to be watched. Or you can order like nothing to be done. You can just keep it like quiet, you know, to keep the people calm. But I ordered everyone to be watched, and then I got a letter from the murderer, and it said like you need to call this search off or I'll kill you next. And I was like, oh fuck, who the fuck is the murderer? Because you had no clue who the murderer was. And then I didn't call the search off, and he ended up murdering the prince. Like the next person in line to the throne, he like legit just murdered him. And I was like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? And then he, like the murderer sent me
It's just more like a silent assassin type thing where you still didn't know who the killer was even after he killed the prince?
Yeah, even after he killed the prince, he got away. Like it said, like, you found your son, the heir to the throne, dead in like his chamber, and no one has an idea who did it. And like the next day, I got a letter from the guy who murdered him, and he said, hey, I murdered your son, Lord Brian or whatever. And it said like, fucking, he's the last person I will ever murder, but that's my last gift to you. And you'll never know who I was. And it's like, who the fuck? So like, I was thinking there was this one guy that really didn't like me because I took over his kingdom, and like I invaded his country and took over his land or whatever. And I made him like my vassal. Like he owed me taxes and his military was mine and all that shit. And I think he really hated me, and I think it was him, but I didn't have the evidence to prove that it was him. You know what I mean?
Can you take a gamble on it and go attack him, or how does that work?
You can like,
'cause you have your suspects, right?
Yes, you can. So you can click on anyone in the map, anyone in the world. You can click on any character, even like little kids, and you can put. You can have your spy master create a scheme, and either the scheme will be to sway them, and when you sway somebody, you're trying to get them to like you. You know, like so your spy master will like send them gifts or letters, and like it'll try to get the person to like you. You know, they'll like spread rumors about you to make you more likable to them, or you can scheme to murder people. So of course you were right, Gunny. My plot to this dude is, since I couldn't accuse him outright of murdering the prince or murdering people in my fucking castle, I pretty much schemed to murder him. And that scheme takes like a year or 2 or 3. Like it'll say like, this scheme is going to take 24 months to plan out. So you got to wait those 24 months while your spy master's trying to figure out how to murder this dude, right? So we did, we planned this whole scheme out. And when the time came, you can either say, okay, do it, go and try to murder him, or like, don't do it. And I did it, even though there was like a 28% chance of success and like a fucking 70% chance of failure. I still said do it, but the assassin failed. So like the assassin straight up failed. But when the assassin got caught, he didn't speak, because I paid him well, like I pay my subjects well, Gunny, all right? So the suspect got caught, but then later on, somehow the dude found out that it was me who plotted to kill him. But like, since I was like a higher king or queen than him, he really couldn't do much about it. Like, he could accuse me outright, which he did, and it kind of made my like everyone around my court trust me less, so like their like opinion of me drops, and like it kind of makes everyone a little bit more suspect of me, you know what I mean? So like it makes people like more like, hey motherfucker, like you try to kill somebody in your own kingdom, like what the fuck? And like it's all based on like your level of fame and all that. It's all based on this, like the opinion of people around you and the opinion of the other kingdoms of you. It's all based on that, and that's how your fame grows and you become more known across the fucking world and all that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game is real deep, dude, and I fucking love this game. It really is a lot of fun, and I'm still playing it. I continue to keep playing it, and my expansion is fucking growing, Gunny. I'm gonna take over all of the UK. I'm doing it. I'm taking over Britain next.
Take it, man. Is it more RTS style, or is it just more clicking on different areas on maps? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, you're not fighting in actual battles or whatever. Yeah, it's more you're sending your armies. You're clicking. It's more like Civilization almost. You know what I mean? Where you're making decisions, you're moving your militaries around. You can split off your military. You can have you can hire like a better soldiers for your military. You can hire like people with armor, archers. Fucking have like those big ass trebuchet. The things that shoot shit. Like into castles.
Shatter things, yeah.
You can have those things in your army. You can have a cavalry. You can have a bunch of like horses and shit and like a cavalry that goes with your army. You can hire mercenaries that fight alongside your army. And like I said, it costs money to create a kingdom. So I think I spent 500 gold coins, which was like all my money. But I created the Kingdom of Ireland, and I became the King of Ireland. And now the title, even like the whole thing changes, and it says you are now an actual king. You're not like the petty king of Ireland. You're now the actual king of Ireland.
You now own a nation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it was pretty cool, to see that change. And I think that now I can change the laws to like my kingdom now, so I can make it to where like only men become the next king in line, or men and women that are like the children of the king can become a king or the queen if the king dies or whatever. So like you can have different rules to like how the next king is selected, right? So like if you die, you can make it a rule where like everyone votes, or everyone that's part of your kingdom, all the houses that are in your kingdom, they put forward their pick for the king. So like they'll say like, I want this person from this house to be the king, and like everyone votes. Or you can have it where no one votes and it's just based on the bloodline or whatever. So like it's different things, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. The game's fucking deep. People are like, what the fuck is
Man, how many hours do you have into it so far?
Probably 30.
Sounds really enjoying it.
30, maybe 25. I don't know. It's been a lot. It's pretty much been most of my gaming time this week. But another game that I played this week. All right. I played some more Call of Duty, Mayo. Woo! 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 Call of Duty. Yeah, so I unlocked the SPR-05, barely. The fucking, that's the marksman rifle. It's lame. They nerfed it a lot. People were using that shit in the beginning. It was nuts. Everyone was using it. But people are still using it, sort of, not really. The next thing that I unlocked was this new shotgun they added to the game. It's like the AA-12, but they call it something else in the game because they cannot call it like the actual name of the gun. But it's pretty much like the super fast automatic shotgun that you just literally hold down the trigger and it's like, just fucking unloads like 12 rounds. So like in hardcore that I play, it just fucking destroys people. And then if you put Dragon's Breath on that thing where like it's shooting fire, you're just fucking spraying and fucking shooting everything and making fire.
I was playing last night, and it was my first match of Season 6, because I hadn't played since the new update came out.
Yeah.
And, so I saw the shotgun being used a lot, and I was like, damn, this is
It's
not
crazy,
fun.
right? Yeah, like that thing just destroys you, dude.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this same thing with I think it was the sniper or the marksman rifle you were talking about. I was getting
one shot, right? Boom, one shot.
I was getting quick scoped left and right, and I was getting annihilated by that shotgun too. I was not having a good time.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. That's the reason I unlocked both of them. I mean, well, the marksman rifle, you have to level up the battle pass, which is the only way you unlock it. The other gun that people were using a lot, Evan, was the AS Val. which is the gun you unlock at level 30 in the battle pass. And that's like this suppressed, I think it's a submachine gun class. Maybe it's I think it's a submachine gun, but it's like this crazy accurate submachine gun that like people were using without a scope. Like they just put these laser sights on that fucking thing and they were just running around hip firing and everything, dude. And that thing was beast. Like it was just fucking wrecking people. It could shoot through walls and shit. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy.
My brother had been playing Call of Duty since the new season dropped. He played it more than I have recently.
Yeah.
And he was saying the same thing, that something was broken about that gun where it had ridiculous bullet penetration.
Yeah.
And did they nerf it or no?
No, yes, they did. They straight patched that. Because that thing, dude, I'm telling you, like, there was this one time I watched this kill cam. It was like the final kill cam. This dude shot through like a whole building. Like, literally the whole building. And still killed somebody, like, way across the map. It was like how is that even, like, possible?
That's so shitty.
Yeah. And, like, they were, like people were, like, legit just shooting through walls, like, getting you. Like, without, it's like you would think that they were, like, hacking or something. Like, they knew you were behind the wall. No, they were just, like, spraying, like, the wall. And magically, you were standing there and it fucking kills you. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? But, yeah, Call of Duty, that was the broken part about Season 6. But they patched that stuff. And, like, the new shotgun, like I said, it's all right. I unlocked it last night. To unlock it is pretty simple. You can unlock it at any time. You just got to get 3 hip-fire kills with any shotgun in 7 matches. So you just get 3 hip-fire kills with the shotgun. You can switch guns out. And then do that 7 times in 7 different matches. And you unlock this shotgun. So yeah, there's that for that AA-12. But speaking of Call of Duty, I was fucking finally able to uninstall the campaign. And I uninstalled Spec Ops, because I don't play those modes. You cannot uninstall Warzone, though. That's one thing you cannot uninstall. And I don't think you can uninstall the multiplayer either. Or maybe you can. But Warzone is something you just can't uninstall. Like, if you don't play Warzone, you just have to have it there. And that's like 90 gigs of the whole fucking game. It's just Warzone. So that's a big fucking shitty situation, because my NVMe is fucking full, dude. Like I put all my games on there recently. When I deleted everything off my computer, I've been putting everything on the new NVMe, and it's almost full. I think it's 1 terabyte or 2. It's almost fucking full.
Yeah.
They fill up so fast, though. It seems like.
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Yeah.
How'd you uninstall the campaign in Spec Ops? Because I would also do that.
In Battle.net, so you go to Battle.net, and in the Battle.net launcher, right when you click on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, before launching it, just on the top corner, there's like a little gear icon, or it may say options or something. You click on that and go down to where it says modify install. And then when in there, you can select which ones you want to uninstall.
Why not just uninstall everything?
No. Fuck you.
Besides the extra storage space, do you see, is it running any different?
No, the game runs good. I mean,
Okay.
It's still the same. Like, there's no like it runs shittier without the campaign. No, it's the same thing. And last night, actually, I dropped my resolution down to 90 from 100% at 1440p. And I'm getting 145 frames, like, just constantly in all the maps. And that shit felt really good, man. Like, I was like, fuck, yeah, dude. I was wrecking people, man.
Nice.
It's just, I don't know. I think I've gotten really used to the mouse and keyboard. Because even playing, let's move on here and talk about Cold War, Black Ops Cold War. Open beta is active now. So I downloaded that on my PC. I wasn't going to pre-order it because I really don't like that game. And I'm being honest. Like, I'm a Call of Duty fan. You guys know this. I talk about it all the time. Cold War is garbage. Like, the graphics look so much worse than Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The movement, it's okay. They still got the sliding. It's a little bit faster. It feels like Black Ops 1 almost. But there's no more mounting. They took out the doors. Just little shit, that Modern Warfare had that this game doesn't have. It's kind of annoying to me. But they always do that every year. They'll add like jetpacks to one game and they'll take them out in the next game. They'll add wall running to one game. They'll take it out the next game. So I get that Call of Duty does this. But I guess I'm just more of Infinity Ward fan than I've been a Black Ops fan or a Treyarch fan. The thing is, I want to get this game, right? I want to get it because everyone's going to be getting it, and everyone's going to move over and start playing this game. And I do like I like how they have different, like the wild cards are back from Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. Some of that shit's back. The perks are a little bit different now, where Ghost is a little bit different, Blind Eye acts a little bit different now. But just overall, man, the game, the sound, the audio is lower. The mix is lower than Modern Warfare. So I don't know why it's lower, but it is. It's just overall, I'm having a bad experience with it, and I don't know what it is, man. Like Modern Warfare is just.
You think you'll just buy it and play the single player and just, I don't know, is that something you could justify for a $60 to $70 purchase?
No, because it's gonna be like an 8-hour campaign, maybe. All right, at best, the Black Ops campaign will probably be like 15 hours. All right, on hard or something like. It might take you that long, but I don't know if it's worth $60 for that. I mean, I really like. I do want to play this. But it's something about it, man, where it's just like I'm not enjoying it as much as when I play Modern Warfare. Like I really like playing Modern Warfare, and when I play this Cold War, it's like,
Now, I'll tell you, I'm not excited at all. I haven't played the beta, and I haven't heard anybody say anything good about it. Granted, it is a beta, and it's still. I mean, that's not really an excuse now, but I haven't heard any good feedback about it, and the only thing that people have said about it is like they're hoping that zombies might be good on it or whatever.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm hearing.
For me personally, I don't really like playing zombies. I've tried a couple times in the past, like other than the very first zombies in World at War, I haven't played zombies like, I think I tried on one of the Black Ops, but every time I do, I start falling asleep.
Yeah, you get bored because the problem with me with zombies is like you, Evan. There's no end to it, right? Like there is things you can do, like unlock the doors, and yes, you could keep going and unlocking the doors and all that. But once you have all the doors unlocked, it's not like they're like, oh, we're gonna come and get you out of the map now. Like you got to survive this last crazy wave. Like no, there's nothing like that. It's like playing horde mode without an end to it. That's what it is, really. And it's, at least with horde mode, like Gears of War or whatever, like there's an end to it. You're going to get to wave.
There's a variety of enemies, right? So that's another difference.
Well, not just that, Gunny, but you get to wave 50 and like, okay, my goal is to get to wave 50. And in the zombies, the goal is just to find Easter eggs. Because trust me, I watched my brother play, what's that zombies, Advanced Warfare, or Modern, not Modern, Advanced Warfare, the last one before Modern Warfare that came out. He plays that zombies, and I've seen him play that Spaceland map, where it has like that one dude, that fucking actor as a DJ or whatever, Hasselhoff, it has him as the DJ or whatever. Like, I've seen my brother play that map with people. And these people bug him to play with them because he shows them how to do all these Easter eggs and all these crazy hidden, like, there's like a hidden map within that map. Like there's some glitch you do, or like some crazy Easter egg that you can do, and like it transports you into like this other map, and now you're playing with different zombies and like a whole hidden map. So like there's like hidden shit in the zombies mode that my brother is able to find because he just plays it so much. He's like level 700 or something in the zombies mode. But like for me, I couldn't sit there and just fucking do this shit over. Like literally, I see him play this shit every day almost, and he'll sit there for like an hour or two and just shooting shit. Shooting the zombies over and over, and I'm like, I'm like, I even told him one day, like, what's the point of this? And he's like, for the Easter eggs. And I'm like, but like, what do you get out of the Easter eggs? He's like, well, you get like special guns, special perks. Like, he has this thing called Director's Cut, where like he has this like thing where like he unlocked all the perks, and like automatically from the beginning of the game, he just has everything. He has like chug. It's fast reload. He has all the perks unlocked, like just from the get go.
So he can just go up to the vending machines and boom.
Yeah, like his character is just like like there, yeah, like his character just has everything all at once, like, and he has all these crazy guns, and he knows all these glitches. But I'm like, like, how did you even find out about these glitches? He's like, I was just playing, and like people, you run into people and you see them do something, and then you try to do it and you figure it out.
Yeah, I've done that same thing where I played with people like your brother. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you could do this. You could, like, if you throw this like grenade underneath the staircase, it transports you. It'll transport you into the railroad track, and that's something that I never knew because I saw him one day. He was like playing, and he was like, "Watch this," and he was like told his friends, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go get food real quick," and he's like, "Well, watch," and he threw like this bouncing Betty under the staircase, and it transported him onto a railroad track, and he's like, "Okay, now I could just stand here," and I'm like, "You're not gonna die?" He's like, "No, the zombies can't get up here, and no one can get up here. Only I know how to get up here." I'm like, so you just sit there? He's like, yeah. And he just sits there, and all his friends are dying, and the game never ends because he's alive. And it's fucking nuts, like I guess that's what zombies is about, is the Easter eggs. And I never understood that. I could just not get into it.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me at all, and it seemed like it from the very first zombies to like now, it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's about the actual game anymore. It's just about the glitches and like the Easter egg instead of like actually working together and, I don't know. It seemed, it seems like it's a little overwhelming for somebody that doesn't play zombies because there's so many different things you need to do, and it's not something you can just like, jump into. Like, you got to know what to do and when to do it and how everybody should spend their points, and that's how I see it. It's just a little overwhelming and a lot to it.
Yeah, and you're completely right, because I hear him playing all the time with his friends, and he's like, "You fucking idiot! You weren't supposed to buy that until I told you to buy it." I'm like, what the fuck are you arguing about, dude? It's like, you guys were supposed to save your points to buy this thing over here, and we gotta fucking wait another round. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, chill out, dude. Fucking zombies.
I watched a video the other day of a Call of Duty, and they showed it's like some kind of like Godzilla you can make appear. I want to say it's in Warzone, but I'm not positive.
In Warzone, I know there's a teddy bear you can make appear. Like, there's like these buttons. You shoot these.
He's got like big eyes and.
Yeah, you shoot these tiles in this one building, and like you break this thing off the wall, and like there's a button that exposes, and if you press that button like in like a certain order, you got to press these buttons, and a big teddy bear appears in the map, like a huge, like it's the size of like a building.
Like Godzilla, but yeah, it kind of showed it real quick, but
yeah, and then like as soon as somebody shoots it, it disappears. But it's pretty cool Easter egg.
It doesn't kill anybody.
Well, it's the zombie teddy bear. It's the teddy bear in the zombies mode, and I'm assuming they're doing it to like promote Cold War or something. You know what I mean? Like the zombies mode. It's really what it is. Because even like, I don't know if you noticed this, Gunny, but in the Superstore, when you're in the Superstore map, or even in Warzone when you're in the Superstore, there's these teddy bears on the shelf that are for sale. And those are the teddy bears in the zombie mode. Yeah, Gunny. Yeah.
YouTube link. I was wondering what that was.
The zombies, teddy bears. Zombies,
teddy
Evan.
Bears.
Zombies. Woo, zombies.
Zombie bears.
Zombie bears. But yeah, I mean, really, I don't like Cold War. Like, I'm not saying this just to be like, oh, fuck Black Ops. No. Like, dude, I genuinely loved the Black Ops 2. Like, Black Ops 2 was one of my favorite. That was like one of the games that I prestige max.
That was a damn good game.
It was fucking great. That was max prestige level right there. But like this one, I just don't know, man. I'm really so torn about it that like I kind of want to get it just because I know I'm going to be playing the multiplayer and be playing with my friends and be playing with Brink and IAMS for like 2 months, and then we will never play it again with IAMS. But I'll play with Brink all the time. It's just, like, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm really torn about it. And the problem is, like, the shitty part about Call of Duty is it's like I might as well just buy it because it's never going to go down in price. Like, even Black Friday, it doesn't go down in price.
That's right, Jesus. You know what's going to happen? IGN's going to give this a 7.8. Like, fuck you, IGN. I'm buying the regular edition and the super deluxe edition.
This game could get a fucking 3 on every website, and the price will still be $60, and people will still buy it. It'll
still be the top of the leaderboards on.
On NPD. On NPD right now, the best-selling game of the year is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So, and it's been number one every month since the game came out. So, yeah, like this is gonna be number one. You know what I mean? Oh wait, maybe Cyberpunk can now beat it, but I don't know, man. I still think Call of Duty has the power.
Do you think maybe like it'll be Cold War will... Okay, so Cyberpunk will hold MPD for maybe November, but Call of Duty will steal it back for December.
Yeah, because everyone's going to buy Cyberpunk and everyone gets it once, Call of Duty, every kid wants to play Call of Duty. When people, kids go to school and shit. Well, not this year, but, you talk to your friends in school and, bro, I'm playing the new Call of Duty, Mayo, and bro, what do you got? You got that old Modern Warfare, that trash game. You should get on the new shit.
Right.
And then Mayo goes home and tells his mom, I want Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War. And then she goes and buys it for him for Christmas.
That's your Christmas.
Have a reverse effect, though. Do you ever think it could be like really, really bad and like a large amount not like it, and then people won't buy it by word of mouth? Be like, hey, don't get the new one, it's trash. Stay with Modern Warfare. Because I've even seen that in Discord already. I've had a couple people already jump in right away and say, I don't like it. And I'm like, I'm not even going to download the beta.
That's what I was saying, Mayo, I haven't heard any positive review from anybody about the new beta.
Yeah. Like I said, man, like it really feels like a step back from, like, it feels like Modern Warfare did all this cool shit. They brought all this new fucking shit and the game looks great. It runs great. And it's like Black Ops, Cold War, like they just kind of like, we phoned it in. Like, whatever, dude. It's just, we got, like, the graphics look okay. Ray tracing. Whoa. All right, let's make it shiny lights and we'll make cool little intros like in Modern Warfare. And that's it. We're good. We got a game, guys. We got a game, Mayo. Let's sell it. Sell it. Put bright purple jackets on people and pink sweaters and all that shit,
Sell it for $5 each.
That's what it's
going. It'll make money no matter what. No matter what we do.
Yep. They could put whatever. They could fucking make it about fucking whatever. They could just... Yeah.
We should put our own DLC in there. Every zombie can now wear a HGP shirt.
Yeah. But anyways, besides those games, another game that I played that was a lot more fun than Call of Duty was actually a shooter. It's called Hold Fast Something at War. Nations at War. This game, it's an old game. It came out in 2017 or 2018 or 2019. Maybe last year. I don't know. But this game, Gunny, makes you, it takes you back in time. All right, guys, let's go back to like Gunny's old country of where Britain.
Oh, you're going to Oxfordshire, are you?
Yes, we're going back there, Gunny. We're going to Gunny's old stomping grounds of Great Britain. Back when they were the Redcoats, Gunny, they were the Redcoats. They actually wore them, and they were known as the Redcoats. And pretty much,
I know.
So you start this game off as this person, Redcoat. I spawned in as a rifleman, and then you literally are fighting a war against like the French, usually the French or like the Persian Empire or whatever, and it's like literally with muskets. You are literally using a musket in the game, and like the thing is, it sounds pretty lame, right? But the community...
No, I saw this on Steam.
The community around this game, the people actually playing it that are on mics and are in character are the funniest group of motherfuckers I've ever played a game. It reminds me of Mordhau, where like just people are doing the most insane fucking shit ever. For example, so like once I spawned as a rifleman, I died right away because some dude shot me from across the map with this musket or something. The muskets are super inaccurate because you literally shoot the musket, and when you press reload, like the guy pulls out the little powder, he puts it in the musket. He pushes the powder down. He puts the pellet in there, the fucking little ball of fucking metal shoots out. Well, anyway, so I died. And then I was able to select a different class, Mayo. Guess what class I chose? Guess what class I chose?
Oh, I don't know.
What? Okay, you think of think of Civil War times and all that shit. What is the one person? What does everyone need to march? What do you need to march?
Flag guy.
There is flag guys, okay, but I was not the flag guy. Good guess, Gunny. That was
Drummer.
Yes! Yes! I was the fucking drummer. So you spawn as
You got a gun, but
you spawn in as this dude wearing like, you're wearing like your fucking red coat, you fucking British army, and like there was this guy that was like, he was like the officer, because you can pick the officer class, and he's like the leader of like one of the officers. There's like 4 officers per army. There's like 100, like 60 players on each side or something. And this guy's like, hey, you, drummer, get over here. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I run up to him. He's like, okay, line up next to me here. And I stand there because he could put, like, lines on the ground to, like, show you where to line up. So I lined up to his left. Then the 2 flag guys came up. They lined up in the middle. The other drummer lined up on the right of them. And then we had, like, a bunch of riflemen lined up next to us. And then so we started playing the music and our drums, because you can press, like, pull out your drum and start playing the drums. So we started playing the drums, and we all literally just march across the battlefield in a line. And the dude's like, march, man, march. And we're all fucking marching. And we get to the other side in the middle of the map, and the other team, they're all playing like scattered, like they're the French armies. You're like, well, fuck you, Frenchies. And the French people are like just standing there looking at us like, what the fuck? And we're marching across the map with our flags and our drums, and we just get shot and die. And then I spawn.
Good job, man.
Yes, literally. It's like, all right, man, hold your ground.
You died with honor.
Yes. And the game literally, it gives you a bonus if you're like a rifleman, and the say the commander or the officer, he like draws a line on the ground. You get a bonus in your accuracy. You get like a 5 or 10% bonus if you stand on the line and shoot. But you have to be standing. You can't be crouched. You got to be standing in this fucking line. And you're just standing, you're fucking shooting these people across the map. And then so it came to the point in this match where like, I was drummer boy the whole time, and I'm just rallying the troops, Gunny, just playing my drums as best as I can.
Was there a flute guy there, or I don't know what?
There is a flute guy. I can confirm there is a flute guy as well. And you're in there, and every time, like, say you're playing the drums, Mayo, and you're in there, and somebody gets a kill, and you were playing the drums near them, because the drums give people bonuses. They give them like accuracy bonuses and health bonuses. If they get a kill, you get XP for that kill. It says like 20 or 40 XP for getting a kill. Like you actually get credit for the kill because you were playing the drums near that person. But yeah, man, the community around this game was fucking phenomenal. Like I got it for like $20, and like it's just hilarious the people I got to play with, dude. Like there was these. Like being a drummer is the fucking coolest shit, dude. Like you just drumming.
Level up as a drummer then, since you got XP, or is it just a general overall?
You get a
XP?
better drum. Does it have more of a boom to it?
No, you don't get. I think all that is like DLC. You can buy DLC to get like different skins, but it's all like you just level. I think it levels up across like it's just your rank, whatever rank you are. I think I'm level 10 or 15 now or something. I played the drummer, then I switched over to rifleman. Then there's another one that I kept playing as was the guardsman. So the elite guardsman in the British Red Coat Army, he protects the officer. So your job as this person is to just follow the officer around and stand next to the officer, and you get shot before the officer gets shot. So that's your job. And like we were fighting this battle, dude, and it was just hilarious. Like hearing the fucking officers saying like, "All right, man, reload," and everyone would reload at the same time, and everyone would stand up and shoot at the same time, and it was just fucking hilarious. The community, man, like I said, makes this fucking game, and without them, the game would be kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Without the community, the game would be lame. And then at the end of the match, there was this level we were fighting like in this town. But at the end of the match, we lost. We lost to the Frenchies. The fucking Frenchies were just better the whole time. And we lost to them. But it says that when you start losing, it tells you to retreat. And it says your army has lost. And it says like, okay, try to survive as long as you can. Like try to make a last stand, like And like, if you die during this last stand, you don't respawn. You get to spectate the match. And like, so you just see people like hiding on top, like inside houses in the attic and shit. There's people hiding in like the grass and the water. People are trying to swim away. People are hiding in the fields. You know, like big ass fucking red bright jackets. You're trying to hide in the field.
Yellow corn.
And you got like, you literally got like 60 fucking French soldiers just coming across the map, just fucking murdering everybody with bayonets and shit, just fucking stabbing people and like just crazy shit's going on, you know? And there's one dude spectating him, and the French were at the door, and they're like, "Sir, we know you're in there, open up." And they break the door down, and they run into the house, and they're like, "All right, boys, line up." And they like give him a fucking firing squad. They all lined up in a line and just fucking shot him. Like, what the fuck? Like, everyone stays in character, dude. It's just hilarious how in character everyone just fucking plays, and it was just a fucking blast. I was literally cracking the fuck up playing this game the other day.
I'll tell you, Jesus, I've watched those YouTube videos, and I forgot the name of that game, but I've seen it also on Steam. But I do enjoy those. Those are a lot of fun with that game. That one, and there's an Arma 3 mod that I forget the name of. As long as they're well produced, they have good humor, they're a blast.
People, like, literally, they just listen. You know, like, if the officer says, "All right, man, come with me. Let's go die." Everyone just follows them. It's like, okay, we're all gonna follow you, and like you can build, like, there's like these people called the sappers, and they build all the barricades, and like they can build up like little like fucking wood cover things and walls and shit. And there's like the cannon people that shoot the cannons better, and like there's just different classes you can play as. And I had a fucking blast playing this game, Mayo. PC Master Race, dude.
That's right.
It was fucking fun. It was fun, Evan. Evan, you should play this.
I'm thrilled that you had a good time, but it sounds so lame.
No, dude, it is
It's
the best.
fun. Go watch those YouTube videos. They're good.
Just, you literally, dude, have a lot of fun with the community. It's just the people in there are fucking nuts. And the flag people, when you got a group of like 5 flag guys coming at you and they just fucking stab everyone because the flag is so long and you can't stab them back because your musket doesn't reach them, that's fucked. When a squad of flag people just come in and murder everyone in your whole fucking line, it's fucking sad, but it's hilarious. I fucking love that game, man. So besides all that, besides Holdfast and all these other games, that's all I really played this week. Like I said, I had more fun with that game than I did Call of Duty, and that says a lot. I'm playing with the fucking musket, dude, and I'm having more fun than Call of Duty. All right.
There's no quick reload in that game, is there?
No, there's no quick reloads. There's nothing. And even like the cannons. Like if you have a cannon, like you have to pick up the cannonball, put it in the fucking cannon. It's like a super simulator type of game almost, but like the community makes it.
Sleight of hand. You'll reload faster.
Sleight of hand.
Let's use the hotkey. Click. It's loaded.
It's a good game, man. But that's all I played, and I look forward to, like I said, here in a couple weeks, man. Watch Dogs is coming out. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, real quick. You guys got Amazon Prime, right? You got Amazon Prime, man?
Yes. And I finished The Boys season 2.
Oh, The Boys season 2 was good.
And I started watching Utopia.
Utopia is really good, Gunny. It gets dark. It's real dark. Real quick.
But I want to correct you on something real quick, Jesus, because I think you had mentioned last week that you. Well, maybe I misinterpreted what you said about after watching that first episode. You kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, you do.
Well, yeah, but, I don't know. But I think, there's obviously a lot more to uncover.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I think I'm still confused as to the whole.
You'll see.
I don't want to spoil anything. But.
You'll see. It's all we'll explain by the end of the season. But there's a new show it's not a new show, but I watched this new episode of a show called Electric Dreams. I watched episode 10 of season 1.
It's like Black Mirror, but on Amazon.
Yeah, it's like Black Mirror by Amazon. Yeah. I watched the episode 10, Evan. It's called Kill All Others. Have you watched that episode?
I don't. I have watched Electric Dreams on Amazon Prime, but I don't remember if I finished it or if I made it to season 10 or whatever. I know I watched the first couple and I thought it was pretty good, but I don't know if I ever made it that far into it. There's only one season, right?
Yeah, so I'm episode 10, I think, maybe the last episode, but it's about this dude who lives like in the future where like North America is like a mega nation, so like it's called Mexascan. So like Mex for Mexico part, us for the U.S., and Can for Canada. and the whole thing about this episode is this dude who lives in this future where like there's advertisements everywhere in your house, like holograms that pop up, and they'll tell you like, hey, you need better shaving cream, or hey Mayo, I noticed you're taking a shower, you should really use this body wash, and like literally the hologram will pop up in your shower while you're taking a shower, and like weird shit.
HGP shower curtain.
Yeah, buy the HGP shower curtain, now available at your local retailer or whatever the fuck, right? These ads pop up everywhere, and this dude lives in this future, and there's an election going on, which is kind of funny because there's an election going on right now in our country, and this candidate that's like, you know, she's going to be the president of this mega nation, she says. And so they're asking her a question, like in a town hall meeting or whatever. They're asking her like, well, what's your plan for like once you become the president or whatever the fuck you are, what's your plan when you become president? And she's like, kill all others. And so this dude becomes obsessed with this whole thing of like kill all others. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, what does that even mean? Like, who the fuck is the others, and why is she saying this on like national television? Like how is nobody like noticing that she's saying this shit on TV? And he's like starts seeing these, because every ad you see like in the world is personalized to you. So like if you're going to work and you look at the wall and some hologram pops up, it's personalized to you. And he keeps seeing, everywhere he goes, he keeps seeing this kill all others thing flash everywhere. And he's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And he keeps asking his friends like, what does kill all others mean? Who the fuck are the others? And they're like, you know who the others are. Like, everyone just kind of knows who the others are, but he doesn't know who the others are. And he's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And, like, it's a real trippy episode, dude.
It sounds like a Twilight Zone style type episode.
Yeah, like, at the end of the episode, it gets real dark. And it's,
I mean, I guess the whole
sad.
season is really.
Yeah, it's really cool, though. But, like, I thought it was just funny how, like, the whole slogan of the presidential campaign is Mexascan. And she's like, Mexascan! Woo! And it was like
they just cancel the U.S. out of there or what?
Yeah. It's funny, man. But, yeah, check out the show, Electric Dreams. It's pretty dope. Anyways, I'm done talking. Go ahead, whoever the fuck wants to go. Go ahead, Evan, go.
So... up until recently, I was playing a disgusting amount of Call of Duty. And, you know, up until Season 6, pretty much, I think I stopped, you know, I took a break because I was playing, you know, almost daily Call of Duty, you know. And once Season 6 was getting ready to drop, I finished the Battle Pass, I leveled up all the way, so I was like, all right, cool, you know. And then I took a break for a little bit, and then I was just really disappointed when I came back into, you know, I played last night for the first time, you know, a week and a half after they dropped Season 6, and I was just really disappointed because, you know, the new maps are shitty, and even the maps from Season 5 were a little shitty too. And I was talking to my buddy, and he said, well, maybe it's because they put in the shitty maps so everybody buys the new Call of Duty. And I was like, conspiracy. I believe it. You know, it could be a way to try and get people off the COD because, you know, it started off great. It ran real strong for, you know, almost a solid year, right? And so I was pretty bummed out last night. We talked earlier about the shotgun, the quick scoping with that marksman rifle, and then, you know, I heard about the that little submachine gun that had that bullet penetration, and, you know, it didn't during, you know, I was still taking a little break from Call of Duty. I didn't hear anything that made me like, oh, let me jump back in for Season 6. But, you know, I put in a lot of time into Call of Duty, and you know, it's
Evan, got a question here. This is important. All the listeners want to know this. Just came in. Our listeners just were polled right now, and they said that this is the number one question they have for Evan. How many platinum and gold guns does Evan Tanaka have?
Yes, I humbly wanted to answer this question, but I have everything gold except for the Joker and the Riot Shield.
I am impressed, Evan.
Yeah, I told you I played a disgusting amount of Call of Duty. You know, I think it started
am
off.
really impressed.
Every time I would log into Discord, I would see Evan over there playing. God.
Yeah, I think I started off. You know, I'm a big submachine gun user, so I started off. You know, I got I think the first gun I got gold was probably either the AK or the Bison. I love the Bison. That's my favorite gun. And I think I got the submachine guns all platinumed out, and then I did the assault rifles, and then I did the shotguns, and then I did the marksman rifles, and then the snipers, and then I don't use the launchers, and then the riot shield just halted my progress to getting Damascus. I was on a little kick there for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I was writing down every gun I needed to get. I was crossing off the camos.
You're going hard.
Yeah,
That's hardcore.
He had a chart and everything.
Yeah, so I was, I was chasing that Damascus, but then that riot shield killed me, and I was like, oh, I can't do this,
That riot shield one is hard, right? Because you have to get like double kills and start fucking like sneak up behind people and shit and get him from behind
and like you, Jesus, I play a lot of hardcore, so I think that made it a little easier because it doesn't really matter as much which gun you're using because of the increased or the decreased or whatever. It's a little easier to get those kills, so it doesn't matter so much on the gun. And I struggle when I go back to core because you got to aim for the, chest and head more than you do in hardcore. And so I struggled a little bit with that because I tried playing some core to try and get a little bit better at Warzone. And because it uses that core damage. And so yeah, I gave up on Damascus when I got to the Joker and to the Riot Shield because it was just I was not having fun, and I like playing domination a lot, and I like the more objective based games versus like team deathmatch and kill confirmed.
You get a lot more kills in like domination or demolition even.
Yeah, I guess I like the team aspect more, and I get it down to the science on domination, like how many points we need to be ahead to, try and coast. And, if we're down by, certain amount of points, like, okay, we need to triple cap these guys for at least a little bit to, get closer to that win. And after I gave up on Damascus chasing, I was trying to get my win-loss ratio up to 2, and I got up to 1.99. I had to win 4 matches in a row, and then it just went downhill from there. Once I jumped into season 6, I was like, oh, that killed me too. I was not having fun. I got I was stoked because I think I got my KD up to a solid 1.0, and I had my win-loss ratio at 1.99, and I was trying to get to 2, but once you get that close, it got real hard because, every loss hurt that much more knowing that I had to win 2 to make up for it.
Yeah.
And then, I play a lot of hardpoint as well. Hardpoint's my jam because I'll easily get 3 minutes in the hardpoint every match because I just go to the hardpoint, and I had it, I had a pretty solid. I forget what it was. I think I pretty much knew where the hardpoint was going to go on almost all the maps, and so I was able to, get there first. I was able to be there for when it changed. So I had it locked down there. I was like, hey guys, like, hey, stay back here because it's gonna come back over here. It's gonna be in this corner, or it's gonna be by the forklift next. Just hang out here. That way we can, get a better position for when it switches. So, yeah, That's my Call of Duty, my little bragging spiel of Call of Duty.
Dear
But
God.
not anywhere close, you know. But I am a little bummed that coming back, you know, after my little 2 or 3 week break from Call of Duty, that it was a little hard to get back into, especially with the new season dropping, and you know the new maps are same thing, like bad feedback on them, and you know the new guns too. That's all I saw when I played. I was like, man, what's this shotgun I'm getting blasted by? And then
Yeah, it sucks in hardcore too, man. When motherfuckers have that shit, and it's like they don't even
yeah,
have to aim; they just run into a room and just spray, and that thing just
yeah,
will kill everyone. You know?
yeah, it was. I was not having a good time last night. So, but I don't think I'm gonna get Cold War because, you know, Modern Warfare was like the Call of Duty, or the game that brought me back to Call of Duty, because I didn't play, you know, Advanced Warfare, or I didn't play COD for a little bit. I wasn't, you know, playing the new games as they were coming out, and so I really did enjoy Modern Warfare a lot, and I was wondering how long it's gonna keep going because, you know, as of right now, season 6, it's like I don't know how much longer they can keep, you know, keep people interested, because I know I was going pretty hard on it, and I'm starting to lose that steam that I had, because I'm like, it's just, you know, I want to play something else now. And but yeah, that's Call of Duty. I played a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. I fucking love that game. I think
Yeah.
it's like I can't find anything wrong with that game. And
Yeah, it's dope.
they just dropped the new update for it on
Isn't
Friday,
that the
which added
multiplayer?
multiplayer
Co-op,
aspect where
yeah.
you
That
can
looks
do
like a lot of
two
fun.
yeah, 2 player missions, and there's like some raids you can do, kind of like, you know, 4 people, you each take on a role. And I haven't played it yet, but it seems cool. I'll probably jump back into that this week. I'm waiting on my brother to finish up the story mode. He's a little bit further than halfway through the game, and so I'll jump back into it. You know, try out some co-op missions with them. Maybe try out one of the raids or something. But I mean, that game was fucking sick. Like there was I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I was just stoked about it. You
Well,
know,
isn't it super
everything.
cool when like you do those like duels and you're like, fuck yeah, like this, like you get in
Yeah,
it, dude. You're like, yeah, like it feels like a movie almost. You know, you're like,
it
yeah,
does. When you're both in like a little circle, and then Jin just, you know, has his hand on his
yeah,
hip
and
and
then
he
he
goes,
pops open the little fucking sword.
yeah,
It's like, oh yeah,
so sick. You know,
ah, fuck yeah.
I love that game so much.
And
And
the photo mode in these games, that
oh,
Sony always gets the photo modes right. Like that fucking photo mode
gorgeous.
is fucking badass. You can do
Yeah,
all kinds of
so
shit with
good.
it.
You know, I messed around, you know, even when you're doing like, because you, in the game, you know, for people that haven't played it, there's a, you know, it's you have to go up to the top of these like mountains or hills, and it's just beautiful scenery, and you're going up this mountain or whatever, you know, jumping across ledges, swinging off trees or whatever it is, you know, and you get up to these shrines at the top, and you pay your respects at the shrines, and it gives you this like bird's eye view of like the whole area you're in. And just every time I was taking a little screenshot of it, because it was just, I was like, damn, that's the prettiest thing I've seen in this game. Every time, you know, I was like, damn.
How many poems did you make, or like haikus or whatever?
Oh, so I did everything in that game.
Yeah.
I found all the shrines. I did all the haikus. I went all to the hot springs. The only thing that I didn't do was I didn't find enough flowers to get all of the different headbands. That's the only thing
Huh.
that I haven't done in that game. You know.
I'm the same way with like the way you're playing it. Where the reason I haven't even gone, I don't even know, I haven't gone past the first island. It's because I just literally get
Well,
in
the
the mode where like I'm just like going to all the fucking question marks. Every little
yeah,
thing I see, I'm just going to it. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's yeah, I was doing everything. So it's all the same island, but it's divided into 3 parts. You know, you have Act 1 in the bottom third, Act 2 in the middle, and then Act 3 at the top. So how I played it was I just went in a sweeping motion, like back and forth between, like as I went up the whole island, I just pretty much just cleared out everything as I was going up. And I never got bored of it either, dude. I was
And
just,
yeah.
nothing felt repetitive. And then it
And
was
the
just,
story is actually pretty decent. And like everything every
yeah,
person I run into, like every other like, what are they called, clan leaders or something, when they're like, oh,
yeah,
like these motherfuckers try to assassinate me, and you're like trying to help them. And you're like, everything
yeah.
feels like natural. It feels like it's just like, oh yeah, that could have happened while we were at this fucking battle thing or whatever, you know? Like,
Yeah, I think the story was on point because it really makes you feel like, just a little quick, summary on the story without spoiling anything, is your character's name is Jin, and he's a, traditional samurai, and his parents died, so his uncle is kind of like the father figure for him, and he's teaching him all the traditional, way of the samurai. And as you're going through the story, like when you first start off in the story, it's like this big battle on the beach because the
the
Mongolians,
Mongolians.
yeah, yeah, they're trying to take over the island. And so you get saved by this, like, she's kind of like a thief or whatever, or she's kind of like I don't know, I
Almost
guess
like a
she's kind of like a
ninja.
thief, kind of, yeah, like a non-traditional, like, and so you're kind of going through the story and you're learning all these like techniques, and it's contrary to what you were brought up on, because your uncle's always preaching to you. He's like, hey, you never kill an enemy from behind them. You always face them head on, and you do it with respect. And so you have this conflict going on the whole story of, like, you're throwing these little daggers or whatever, or you're shooting arrows at guys from behind or whatever, and you're using like smoke bombs and whatever, all the things you come across. And there's points in the stories where it makes you feel bad for doing all these things
Yeah.
because you're traditionally, that it's completely against your traditional ways. And Jin, he goes through the conflict of like, damn, I want to take back, this area or whatever, but my uncle always told me, like, you got to face your enemies head on. But then the thief, her name's Yuna's like, if you go in there head on, you're gonna die and you're not gonna be able to help anybody. And he's like, oh, like, you're right. And then throughout the story, what makes it not so boring doing all these things over and over, like when you go to like the hot spring, you can reflect. It gives you like two options or whatever to reflect on things. And it's like, oh, reflect on, my uncle. And he's like, oh yeah, he told me not to do this stuff, or not to do it this way. But, I hope he doesn't, I hope he's able to understand, because, you know, so yeah, Ghost of
It's really
Tsushima,
dope, dude.
Is this game of the
fantastic
year?
game.
Is this game of the year for you? A contender?
For me, I would say hands down, it was my favorite game. It would be my personal game of the year, because I told you, man, I couldn't find anything wrong with this game.
I've never heard of anything wrong with this game.
I've heard good feedback from everybody too, and it was a dope game.
Gunny,
Yeah.
I can't believe you still haven't bought this game.
No, yeah, just due to time. I was watching Nipron play this again. Matter of fact, I asked him. He was streaming Wednesday, Thursday. I'm like, "Hey, did you finish Ghost of Tsushima?" So then he's like he felt bad. He's like, he started streaming it again Saturday. I'm like, awesome, dude. Thanks, man.
Tripping.
So
He Gunny.
So yeah, he was playing that co-op mode, and that was pretty awesome, man.
Oh, he played it. Okay, I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back to it yet, but
It looks good. It looks really good. He was playing with like 2 players, and then he did the 4-player
Yeah.
deal. That was cool.
yeah,
That
I'm
was
looking
nice.
forward
Like, you
to
got
it.
help. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Team it up.
Yeah, and something else I've been kind of chipping away at was God of War. I still haven't beat that game yet. I've been kind of going in and out of that game for a while. which is bad because it's kind of hard to get back into it because of all the controls and all the combos that you need to know that help out a lot. And but man, God of War that's another great game, by Sony. And same thing with the photo mode. Everything is smooth and no loading screens. It's awesome. I've been chipping away at God of War. I'm getting close to the end, but that's I'm excited to. I want to finish it before the new one comes out, and I think I will. But yeah, I've been chipping away at God of War, and something else. I've been playing a lot of. I got back into playing on the Switch, and I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, and that's kind of my guilty pleasure lately. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I finished the game, earlier this year, I believe. I finished the game, and it was probably like a couple months ago. I got into this Discord server of people that are trading Pokemon. I was able to finish my Pokédex because of trading exclusives with people on Discord. And I thought that was awesome, like that there's just a server for it, and people just post like, hey, I'm looking for this, I've got this, and then you just link up with them and you trade, and it's been really fun. I got, I'm trying to get some shiny Pokemon.
What kind of cheater
now,
shit
but
is that? A real Pokemon trainer would just go out and find those legendary Pokemon.
Well, Jesus, I can't find the exclusive ones if I don't have both versions.
Well, you gotta buy both. A true Pokemon trainer would buy both versions.
Well, I'll tell you, Jesus, I'm not gonna do that.
You got to work for it or buy it.
Yeah.
I'm trading. I'm offering my Pokemon in exchange for others, and it's been really fun. I finished my Pokédex, and I've just been like breeding the ones that were hard to find or whatever, and I've just been making, hatching a bunch of eggs and just going on the server and be like, hey, bro, like, I got these Pokemon, like, I could trade them to you. And they're like, oh, that would be so great. Like, what do you want in return? I'm like, just send me whatever, man. I'm just trying to help out, And so I've been doing that, and it's been my wholesome experience,
It sounds like you're a Pokemon breeder.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then what was kind of interesting too, and it was kind of neat, was I never did this when I played it through the first time, or when I first started playing, but I was able to connect online and do the surprise trades where you just send a random Pokemon to someone, and you actually get some like different region Pokemons. Like you get like a Japanese version of Charmander or whatever, or a French version of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get different.
I should do that because it always tells me like press Y to connect to the arm. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So I never did that at first, and I'm kind of bummed out.
Because I'm like in the beginning of the game still. Me and my kid play it, so like we just play randomly.
Yeah.
She just floats around and shit. But I should do that.
I heard you mention it on the show, and I was gonna tell you about it. The surprise trades, you can get some. It would definitely help out, like if you've got some Pokemon you don't want or something, or you already have the evolution of it. If you're into that, like you can trade it, surprise. Sometimes you get some, somebody's throwaway Pokemon, but sometimes you get some good ones. And recently I got this one, and it had what's called the Pokérus, and it's a virus that can spread to other Pokemon. And it sounds bad, but it's not. I went to the Pokemon Center, and then sweet Nurse Joy was like, hey, one of your Pokemon's got the Pokérus. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is that, And I looked it up, and it's like, it's not bad at all. You just get...
Oh, no.
When that Pokemon has it, it gets, like, double
damage
points.
Against it?
It gets double points when it's leveling up. So it's a good thing, and then you can spread it to other Pokemon. It's like contagious for like 1 to 3 days or something.
Yeah, but we don't need more.
This is a good virus.
What's that? It's not the Rona, Gunny.
We don't want the Pokérona.
You do actually. It's very good. And then to get it, somebody traded a Pokemon that had the Pokérus to me because I helped them out. They're like, hey, this is the least I can do for you helping me out. And I was like, all right, cool, And then one, it had the
buff and a debuff is what it is, right?
kind of, yeah. It's just like I guess it's super rare because you have like a 1 in 30,000 chance of getting it, just randomly. But I got it through a trade, and then so I'm able to, spread it to my other Pokemon, and then if somebody else wants the Pokerus, I can give it to a Pokemon, send it over to them, and then they can spread it to their Pokemon. So it's kind of like a little neat thing that I got.
On. Do you want to make a Pokerus chain? How about you send me the Pokerus, I give all my Pokemon the Pokerus, and then I send them back to you.
Yeah.
You get the Pokerus, and then we could just start selling the Pokerus.
Yeah.
$5 per Pokerus infection. Make all the money.
Yeah. You could market it.
Let's make all the money, business. Evan. Let's go on eBay. Let's start selling the Pokerus.
So I have you to thank for social distance learning. Great.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
And but with the surprise trades, Jesus, one thing that I've noticed is sometimes I'll get a trade from somebody and the Pokemon's name is a website. And what these websites do is they hack Pokemon and they make it like a shiny Pokemon, or they give it the Pokerus, or it's level 100 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of weird. I get them.
Wait. So like, there's like you can go to these websites and buy these Pokemon.
Okay, that's one way you could do it. Yeah, you could buy them, but sometimes they're hacked Pokemon. That's why they're sending them, because they're like level 100. They're shiny. Nobody's just gonna send that randomly. But it's like if I go to my, I'm not gonna shout out all the websites, but there's been at least like 4 different websites that I've seen so far that are selling like hacked Pokemon, that are already shiny. And they already have max stat, the stats say best, or they have the Pokerus. So I think it's, and when I first got the Pokemon, it was like, what the heck? It's a website's name? And I went to the website and it's like, yeah, they sell like, hacked Pokemon or whatever. I was like, man, that's kind of lame.
See, Evan,
whatever.
me and you need to make
your PayPal, didn't you?
Me and you need to make Pokerus.com. And then me and you need to make a Pokerus chain, and we sell the Pokerus to people.
That's what we'll talk about after the show.
Yeah, we're going to make all the money with the Pokerus. You must become an HGP Patreon as well to get the Pokerus.
Yeah. So hit me up for all the money if you're looking. Yeah. Just hit me up on Discord. I got most of the Pokemon. If you're into it, if you want to finish your Pokedex or whatever, I'll be happy to breed some Pokemon for you, help you out. Okay, so also on the Switch, older game as well. I've been trying to finish Breath of the Wild. Damn, that game's hard to do if you're not following a walkthrough. That game is tough.
It's open. It's just like do whatever.
You start off in this nice little, first little playground of an area where it's got the wall. It keeps you in. You can't fall off or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so you have your little missions or whatever. But once you get the hang glider and you leave that area, man, yeah, it's like life just smacks you in the face.
It's like do whatever you want now. Good luck.
There's no sense of direction in the game. I have to follow the walkthrough because I start going in these areas. I either get your
ass kicked by those fucking enemies.
Yeah. There's this big ass giant. He just whacks me once and I'm dead. I'm like, damn, shouldn't be here. And then I'll go to a different area, and it's like, oh, it's a little cold here. And then I start losing my hearts, and I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be here either.
I did that when I first.
Yeah, you said to not feel welcome.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I had to look up a walkthrough, and then, so I'm about, you got to activate these like 4 guardians that help you take over the final castle or whatever. I've got like 2 of them unlocked so far. I'm working on the 3rd one, but. I was surprised at how hard that game was or how hard this game is, because there's a lot to it. And, I try not to use guides for some of the shrines, but I'll admit I have used the guides or looked up YouTube videos on how to do a couple shrines. I was like, Yeah, there's no way I would have.
Some of them
that
are
on
real
my own.
stupid, man. Like when I remember when I played that game, there was like this one shrine that like you had to use some like shoot this ball, and then you had to turn on the wind to like make the shit jump to the other side, and you're like, what the fuck? I would have never
Like
thought
some
of
Tomb
this.
Raider shit right there.
Yeah, it is pretty
Yeah.
much like some Tomb Raider
Yeah.
shit.
I
Because-
think I played that one.
Yeah, one shrine that really stood out to me that I had to look up was, there's this ball or whatever, this stone, sphere, and what you had to do was you had to use your stasis ability. So
Yes!
you pretty
That
much
one.
pause it, and you got to take your iron warhammer or your
And hit it.
sledgehammer or whatever, and you got to once you freeze the ball there, you can kind of hit it, and then it points in a direction that it has the momentum to go that way. So you have to like aim it just right. You have to move the ball to a different spot so that you get a better angle at it, because there's these big pillars in the way. And so you had to move the ball, freeze it. You had to hit it like a certain amount of times, because if you hit it too much, it was like golfing pretty much. You hit it too much, you overshoot the hole. You hit it too soft, and it just falls in the water or whatever. And that one was, I was breaking all my weapons by the time I was done with that shrine. I was like,
Yeah,
son
that
of a
one.
bitch.
That one was the tricky one. I could not figure out that one. I remember when I finally realized that it was the stasis they had to use. I was like, "This is so stupid." I was like, "Fuck this game." I'm pissed off.
Yeah. So that game's a little frustrating, but it's fun, and you gotta. I don't know. It's okay. I guess I'm not super into it, but I do want to try and finish it at least. And well, I'd say I'm about maybe like halfway through or whatever, and it's okay. I know a lot of people raved about it, and it was a good game or whatever, but I mean, I'm just trying to finish it now at this point. And then last game I'll talk about is No Man's Sky. I never played it initially. So once it came to Game Pass, I downloaded it, and then I saw my brother playing it, and I asked him how it was, and he was like, "Oh man, this, like you guys have said on the show too, they did a lot to, make it better." And I'm a big fan of, developers, trying to make it right, if they messed up, like, so I've been playing that. It's kind of confusing once you get into it. I'm a big fan of Subnautica. Put a lot of hours into Subnautica, and I see some similarities there. So I think I'll have a good time playing No Man's Sky, and I'm looking forward to that. And it seems pretty good. It runs good. I'm playing it on PC, and I'm getting a solid 60 frames when I'm playing it on high. So I thought it'd be running a little bit better, but I guess I can't really complain too much if it's running at 60 and it still looks good. So I'll be playing that here and
Yeah,
there.
you could be playing it on the Xbox running at 30.
No, thank you. I will
on the
pass.
Fucking
Or
PS4.
PlayStation. Play it in VR.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you plan to play this on VR? Do you have a VR for the PC?
No, I don't have VR. My brother's got VR. He's got the Oculus, but I don't have a VR myself. But it seems I tried playing Subnautica in VR, and I'm pretty good with the motion sickness and or I'm pretty good with not getting like sick or whatever. But when I was playing Subnautica and I was in the water, I was like, oh whoa! If I play this for a while, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Subnautica was pretty cool in VR. When you were in the water, you could see all
Yeah.
the fish swimming around you and stuff. You're like, oh, cool. You're like literally looking up and they're swimming above you and stuff. And
Yeah,
moving around.
I liked it, but I definitely felt like maybe it was just the controls. I had to, I wasn't playing it. It's not my VR, so I wasn't trying to mess around with the settings too much. I was kind of just looking at it, but it was cool in VR, like being in the water and like you said, Mayo, like seeing all the fish swim by and whatnot. But I don't know if it was the controls or whatever, but like I was like,
Maybe right now may be the time for you to get a VR, Evan. It's only $2.99.
Yes.
$99.
Yeah, I'm not opposed. What's your recommendation here?
I would recommend at this point to, if you want an exclusive PC headset, I would probably get the Rift S. But I mean, We have lots of people in the community, like 2 or 3 people now that have actually bought the Quest 2, and they really like it. They say it's really comfortable, it's really good. Even Matt Bradford's parents bought the Oculus Quest 2. They're liking it. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be probably not as, like, the quality probably won't be the same as the Rift S when you plug it into a PC, but from what I'm hearing, it's not bad. And they're going to support the 90 hertz eventually. They're going to update it or patch it. So I would recommend just getting the wireless one.
With my 2070 Super.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
even like even like the 1060 does VR, doesn't it, or the 1070?
1070 was the cutoff, I think.
Yeah, so like
I'm not positive.
Yeah, look, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, if that's the Rift S, I might look into that then, because
the Rift S is 400 and the Oculus Quest 2 is 300.
Okay, well, that's still not too bad.
Yeah.
Because I hear you guys talk about VR, and I would just be using it for my PC. So, and the times I have used VR, like, it has been pretty cool. So I would like to,
There's some really cool experiences coming out now. Like, I want to play that Medal of Honor coming out soon. What's that? That's on Oculus. And there's the like Star Wars Squadrons. That's that game you gotta play it in VR. Like people are playing it on their TV and their PC monitors, but unless I think that game would suck unless you had like a super big ultra wide monitor or like a really big TV and you're sitting really close to it.
Something a little more immersive, like almost like, VR, but not VR.
Yeah, like you're it's like right in your face, like almost wrapped around you or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you'd have to sit really close to your TV or your monitor or something. But yeah, like there's a lot of cool games coming out for VR, and I think that it's dope. I think Mayo should get VR too. No, you should get VR.
I need to pick it up again.
Yeah, get it, Mayo.
To Mayo. What's Mayo been playing?
Oh man, what have I been playing? It's been in like 2 weeks since I've been on the show, like week and a half, whatever. So I missed, like I was only on half of the show. The 1 week because I had a wedding, and last week I had to miss. But I jumped in an old game that's kind of being redone a little bit, and that was some Rocket League. So Epic bought them a while back, and they added to the Epic store, and they did that coupon. The game is free, and you get a $10 coupon if you download it through Epic, which I already owned it on Steam. So I'm like, you know what? Some of my friends play it quite a bit, and they have like a ranked mode, and they're up there in platinum, and they're pretty good, and they're fun to watch, and they can fly through the air and do all that fun stuff, and hit the ball, and and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, it makes you look awesome, and so I'm like, I wonder how I would be at it. So I'm like, I installed it off of Steam, and they have like a regular, you can do 3 versus 3, you can do 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1, and then they have a competitive, and they have a casual mode. So I'm like, I'm just going to try the casual mode for a while and play for a while. So I was playing it, and they start giving you all these unlocks. Well, these unlocks is like a perfect combination with Epic now, because they have so much experience with Fortnite, I feel, of just cool things to unlock that keep you coming back. And so I'm like looking at some of the things in the store. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like they have these different kinds of wheels now that are just for your cars that are just insanely crazy. Like they have like these lights that go through them, or the wheels would be just like fire with a rim in the center and stuff, and just different kinds of crazy wheels. And they have like all these paint jobs now. They have like these paint jobs that have motion on them that move across your car, and you can change the color and the way they work. And I'm like, oh, that's really, really cool. So I get looking. Well, they have a battle pass now, and it's like a $10 battle pass, and you can, like every game anymore, battle pass and Rocket League. But you get your credits back if you can play through the pass. It pays for the next season. It goes to, I think, like a level 100 or something like that. And I think in a matter of like 4 days, I made it to like level 30. So I was putting a lot of hours in, just playing some Rocket League, having fun, just being in a car and knock the soccer ball in the hole and stuff, all that fun jazz. But
it's a really fun game, but it does make me really, really aggravated sometimes when I get beat.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a sore.
I think in casuals it can too, because this is the way some people play, and then I wanted to start playing ranked a little bit too, and so I got in a couple of ranked matches, and I don't have a rank yet 'cause I didn't play 10 matches yet, and I kind of am stepping away from it at that point. But it seems to be when you get into the ranked matches that people have a better understanding of how to do things, I guess, and not everybody's going for the ball at the same time, or people are a lot more technical savvy in the game. You know, they kind of have roles, and I think you see a lot of people playing as groups too instead of playing with random people. They have a team they go in with, and so you can have I'm trying to think of words, game tags or whatever. You can have communities, and so
Clan.
yeah, like a clan, and so like you'll face a team all from the same clan, you know, and they're in voice and they're working together. It's like this guy's centering the ball and this guy's going in for a strike and stuff like that. So it's kind of make it interesting, but it's fun. They have a wide variety of stadiums that you're in. You know, it's still you're just hitting the ball in the stadium, but there's some with a higher ceiling than others. So like the ball won't travel up as high when it gets hit up, so it comes down a lot faster. You know, and just different scenarios to happen. But they've added something since I played it way back in the day that I thought was really neat. Is goal explosions. So when you scored a goal, you can have custom explosions that happen. And then they have all these different wild ones. Like I just unlocked one in the season pass, and it's like a whole bunch of little balls come out of it when you get the explosion. But I've seen people who are like, when they get a goal, it will suck everybody into the net, and then it shoots them all back out. And then I've seen like a dragon that comes out of the goal, and just different things that are kind of cool. And those are all
That's
your
your kill
blueprints.
cam, huh?
Yeah, basically. And they're all blueprints you unlock in the game.
Though.
And here's probably my biggest negative that I found so far, and I feel like it's such a money grab. So like I'm playing through the game, and you get these unlocks. It's like a cube, basically. We'll call it a loot box crate, And you go back to your inventory and you unlock it, and it'll say like you have a certain chance of getting like a common, a rare, then there's like legendary, then there's like this black market quality, and it'll do like a little roll. It'll change color, change color, change color. Then it's like a timing thing, and it kind of boom, you'll get what kind of item you get and what kind of color it is, and the color is your rarity. And depending on how rare and stuff like that is, you get like a blueprint is what they give you, and you have to use credits to unlock that blueprint. So you get the blueprint, you know what it is, but you don't get the actual item. So now you have this inventory of blueprints, and you have to use credits to unlock that item. Well, the only way you can earn credits is to actually buy them, or you do the season pass. But if you do the season pass, you won't have enough to renew the next pass because they only give you 100 or the 1,000 back. So
the world of microtransactions.
Yeah, so basically, once you do even like I was kind of excited. I actually got a black market goal explosion, and I'm like, oh, this thing is really cool. They want 20,000 credits to unlock this thing, which is equivalent to $20 in cash. So not only did I'm like, oh, cool, I got this rare item, which is like a harder drop, but I got to pay $20 in real cash to get it, even though it's rare.
More than what
but
the game's worth, or equal to.
It's like I don't have that much money in the game, even, and so like I paid $10 for a whole season pass, where I'm getting all these items as I play through the game, and yeah, it's really cool to like.
Game is free at this point, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe if I didn't pay for the game initially way back in the day, and I didn't buy a season pass, and maybe like, okay, one time I'm gonna spend $20 and get this cool goal explosion.
Man, this game, I remember when it first came out on PlayStation as that PS Plus game, and it fucking became a hit, dude. That PlayStation Plus fucking blew it up. And that game was fun, but I've fallen off of it so hard. So hard. Like I haven't played it in. The last time I played it was with the community actually, and we were playing the basketball mode, and then we went to the hockey mode.
Yeah.
Maybe one round of the soccer mode. And
have you tried the battle mode where it has it almost reminds me of like Mario Kart type weapons?
Where you can have like the spikes.
To your car, and you got like the plunger.
Yeah.
That's kind of entertaining, but like I haven't tried any of that in competitive because that's so RNG. It just kind of depends on what weapon you get at the time and stuff. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's I played it for like 5 or 6 days straight, I would say probably, and then I had some things come up, and that's like when I wasn't on the show and stuff, and I was dealing with that kind of stuff, and so I just haven't gotten back to it since. The thing that has got me away from playing Rocket League is a game that you should be playing, Jesus, and it's called Phasmophobia. This is that horror game. It's in the dark. And the reason I want you to play it, Jesus, like I mentioned last time on the show, is because this game has full VR support, and you can play with me while you're in VR and I'm in standard.
So so this is a co-op.
Play this.
What was that?
Phasmophobia. It's a co-op game, right?
Yes, you can play up to 4 people, and what you're basically a ghost hunter. So the tutorial of the game, when I first get in, you're all by yourself, and you're in the van.
You can fuck off, Mel. You want me to be in VR? I'll be fucking scared shitless, bro.
Oh man!
Hey, Jesus, you cover the basement, Jesus, and we'll stay up here.
Yeah. Well, it's something because even in the tutorial, they're like, okay, so your job as a ghost hunter to go and find this ghost, and what happens is you have these different tools. You have a like an ecto reader that can detect them. It goes up to like 5, and then you can have a book that a ghost will write in. You can have like a special, like it's a purple light. It's like a black light that it can see like handprints and stuff. So they tell you to go into this house, and this house is completely dark, and all you have is a flashlight, and you can see in front of you it's a flashlight. And it's like, we're going to make it easy for you because you're in the tutorial, but this is a friendly ghost. It's not going to try to kill you or nothing like that. But it's in the dining room area. So you go to the dining room, and the game says, okay, take this camera. It's like it has like night vision on it, and you set the camera down and go back to your van, and you can look at this camera. And if you see any ghost orbs, that's a clue, and you put it in your journal. And so I go back to the van. I'm looking for ghost orbs. I'm like, what's a ghost orb? I'm trying to figure out what a ghost orb was. And then I see it across the screen. It's like this little, like, like a little glowing particle of dust is flying through the air. So I'm like, oh, okay,
I've
that's what
watched Ghost Hunters
modes type tile thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I mark it down in the journal. So you got to have 3 forms of evidence to figure out what kind of ghost this is. So then they're like, go take the book in there, and you set the book down in the room that the ghost is in. And we leave the room and come back and see if it wrote in the book. So I go back in the house, with my flashlight again, looking around, and you hear this thunder crackling, and you hear this creepy like footsteps and stuff in the background. You're like, oh, I hear footsteps. What is this? And so you get into the room, and you put the book down, and you leave, and you come back, and you walk in, and there's nothing on the book. I'm like, okay, am I doing it wrong? What's going on here? So I tried a couple more times, and I don't have any luck. So the next thing it says, can you see your breath? You can see your breath, and the room would get really cold with a certain kind of ghost. And I go in there, and so I'm walking in, and I'm walking around different areas, and then I find this area that I can see my breath all of a sudden, and I'm standing there, and it starts getting more and more noticeable, and I'm like, oh, yes. So I open up my journal, I mark it down, and then it gives you a couple other tools you can use. The black light will show like handprints on the walls. And so basically what your job is to do, go in and get 3 clues on what kind of ghost could be. And when you get the 3rd clue, if you're correct on all 3 clues, it'll tell you exactly in the bottom what kind of ghost it is. And you go back to the truck, and then when you leave, it tells you if you're correct or not, and you get some money. And you can buy new tools for the next time you go into a round. Where the draw for this game is you can play with a group of 4. So you can each only carry so many items. So like, I'm going to carry the flashlight. Well, Jesus, you might be carrying like the black light, the book, and this like ecto reader, and that's all you carry. So you can't carry a flashlight. So you have to walk with me, and I have to shine the flashlight for you to where you're going. You're not going to be able to see much. And so we're going through this house in the dark, and like, okay, Jesus, put the book down and lay it on this table, and we'll walk out and we'll see what happens, kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
but
fuck
the ghost
you,
can get
man.
agitated.
I'm not
It can
playing
get mad,
this.
and it will attack you at times. The game also will respond to your voice. So like, you get this FM recorder thing, and you got to turn it on. But for it to work, you have to turn your flashlight out in the room. So you're like in the room in the dark, and then you can talk to it, and you get the ghost's name. Typically, it's a mission briefing at the beginning of the game, and you can ask it. You're like, one example we had was Steven Wilson was the ghost name, and you're like, in your mic, you can go, Steven Wilson, are you there? And it can respond to you. Like it can appear. It can like hiss or growl in your mic in your earbuds, and like take off. Or it'll like tell you its age. Like you can be like, Steven Wilson, how old are you? And it'll whisper into the mic, the headphones, the age. And so you're like, okay, it responds to this, and only certain kinds of ghosts will respond to that. So you put it in your journal. And so the object is, again, to find out what kind of ghost it is. But there is a little side missions you can do. There's like a side mission to make it angry or experience a paranormal event. So sometimes like one person has to be in the room, and it'll tell you like saying its name will make it angry. So you need somebody to go in that room and say the ghost's name repeatedly, and it'll start hunting. And when it does a hunt meter, your flashlight will start to flicker, and doors will start slamming, and you'll start closing doors and start locking the doors, and you're trying to run. You're like, out of here. And it will eventually, if you don't get away, it will kill you. And what happens on the screen is you just see two pairs of hands that go over top the screen. And basically what it does is supposedly just like wrapping its hands around your head, and it rips your face off. But you die, and you're in like a cloudy area, like you're a ghost now, and you can kind of see your teammates still walking around. If they come in, and they can pick up all your items that you had dropped or whatever, because you can lose those items. And it's just kind of like goes from there. But the levels get more and more difficult as you go. It starts off really easy. There's different difficulty levels, different spookiness levels. We did a level where it was in a log cabin on the woods, and it had more rooms. It had like a basement and a garage. It had like an upstairs and downstairs with a loft, and it's like dark and thundering again, and you're trying to look away through it, and you're like, what is, what kind of ghost is it, and stuff. And sometimes it just it just kind of gives you like some jump scare type stuff, and it's really fun.
And you want me to play this shit in VR? I'm looking at screenshots. This shit will fuck me up in VR. Ain't no way, bro.
I'd have nightmares, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've watched my son Kyle. He's played this. He plays it often. I think he's playing it right now, actually. But he likes playing with his friends a lot.
But
this
you know
is
what?
only like
I bought it.
$14
I just
on Steam,
bought
I
it.
think.
I bought it.
It's a good price for a game. I mean,
I'm in.
not sure
I'm in,
reviews.
Evan. Let's go, Evan. We're ghost hunters now.
So yeah, it's a really popular game on Twitch right now. A lot of people are streaming it. Evan, yeah, I would suggest you check it out too. If you want something different and unique, it's pretty fun, and you get experience points. It's called Phasmophobia.
Oh, Phasmophobia.
And you
fear
get
of ghosts.
so basically
Perfect.
when you get your side objectives done, if you would choose to do those, and you figure out the right kind of ghost and stuff like that, when you leave, it gives you money. And you take that money to buy better gear, so you get more advanced gear, and you can go to harder levels and
Can I get a
use
better
that
gun?
advanced gear. No guns.
Damn it. You can't
Can
go
I
ghost
kill the
with
ghost?
Yeah.
That's already dead. Can I kill him again?
Gold gun.
Yeah, the golden camera. We'll call it the golden camera now. But yeah, you can get like little flashlight hats. Instead of having to have a flashlight, so you can carry one more item. There's like you can get like a stand for your camera, because you have to set it on a table early on, and you can get like a tripod to set down so you can put the camera anywhere, and stuff like that. It's just it's a really fun game. It's really popular.
I'll play
Like I said,
this.
If you want to see what it's like, I suggest watching it on Twitch. But it's a great game. I think it's only on PC, so unfortunately, you council people got to wait unless
That's
it's
for
popular
race.
enough. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty innovative. It's the ability to talk to the game with be like asking the ghosts if they're there, and it will respond to you, or the lights will start flickering, or it'll start slamming doors or knocking books on the floor, and you're like, oh man, I'll get out of here. Yeah, I mean, it does lose some of its scariness after a while. You start to get kind of used to it, but it's still pretty fun. Like we've done a handful of missions, and we are enjoying it. But the bigger missions, I know there's like one that's like a high school or something like that. So, and you only have so much time. Also, I can throw that in there. So the bigger the mission, the bigger the area that you have to look at, the harder it is, because you don't have as much time. So when I say you have time, like you have like 5 minutes, you have a sanity level. Your sanity starts dropping, and when your sanity drops, you start hearing more things. You start seeing more things. The ghost will become more aggressive toward you. So like as the time starts getting up, it'll just kill you after a while. Once your insanity gets down to nothing, it'll just kill you if it can find you. Unless you have a crucifix, some ghost will
Some
respond
holy water to throw in its face.
to a crucifix. So, but yeah, good stuff. But I want to see Jesus play this in VR, because
No,
you
man, I got it, okay, but I don't know if I want to play this in VR. It's scary.
And you'll
dude.
have to stream it. We want to hear you scream.
That's our goal, is to get Jesus to play this in VR.
God damn it. Okay. I might try it in VR. I got the game, but I don't know.
It's got to be worth checking out, just to see how good it is. It's pretty fun.
And then not
in regular
sleep
mode.
all day. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. See how good it is. Not be able to leave this room.
The other thing, we've been playing still Among Us. We had a community night again on Friday night. I played with some of the community. We had 10 people again. Typical Among Us. A lot of sus players in there. When they're trying to accuse people wrong, accuse people correct. I did post, I think, in our Discord and a couple of the Discords, they do have a beta mode now for the PC players. You can go to Steam and change some of your options and download the beta automatically. And they enable some new options. And some of the options is like hidden voting, so you don't see who votes for who.
Oh.
You can also hide the
That'd be a good one.
visual task or the task bar. So like now the new trick is, people watch the taskbar to see if it goes up or not. You now have that option to turn it off, so you can turn it off.
Yeah, keep it off so no one knows.
And so the only bad thing is right now is the mobile players don't have access to that, so they can't do it. But if you have a full 10 group of PC players, you can have that on and check that out. There was a couple little things I think they added like some kind of colorblind support. I can't remember what that was, but and they're working on a couple other things too, I believe. So, game is still a lot of fun. Simple game to play. I think it could run on a potato. I'm pretty sure.
I saw that running on a No, that was Doom running on a potato. Never mind.
Yeah. You can run Doom on a pregnancy test, Gunny. Yeah. I've seen that in a news article already.
That was battery operated. This was potato operated. Moldy potato operated.
The last game I was talking about, just really, really quick, I did play some Dead Cells the other night. I was talking to one of the guys in the community. Right before he changed his name, it was Pestis. And he had picked it up off my recommendation. We were talking about it a little bit. And so I went ahead and just streamed a quick run through on just a normal difficulty and show him what the whole game looked like. I just did that just yesterday. I still really love Dead Cells. I know Ryan wants me to play Hades, and I bought it, on the show last week or the week before, and I just haven't had time to get into it. Like I just got sidetracked from Phasmophobia and just a little bit of Rocket League, but I definitely plan on getting into it. I'll probably get into it probably this evening. So you start jumping in Hades. I just know it's one of those games that when I dive into it, like Ryan was saying, it's a very much a Mayo game, and I can tell by looking what Ryan had showed me, and he was streaming some of it for me, that I'm gonna get lost in this game and probably only play that. So I've been kind of like, I'm gonna play this for a minute first before I know I'm gonna get lost in this game, and just I'm gonna play this before I get lost in this game.
It definitely looks like that Diablo meets a your kind of game.
Yeah, so I'm definitely ready for that. But Phasmophobia, again, that's another game too. It's multiplayer and community based. So like a couple times I've had people like, I want to sit down and want to play a game, and they're like, hop in with us, come play with us. We could use one more. So I usually just end up jumping in on that. So I just get sidetracked with that kind of stuff. But so a little mix of some community type games and some solo stuff. So that's it. What about you, Gunny?
The only thing I've had time with for this week was besides house demolishing building simulator is Wasteland 3. And this is on Game Pass, of course, and I think I've just been playing on console because I'm not sure if it like cross saves. So because I think I have it installed on PC, but just playing on the Hobo console. But yeah, so I told you guys before that where I had gotten into my vehicle and said, okay, I'm going to venture out into the wasteland, the snowy wasteland, but I was running into like level 17 and level 20 shit where, here I am at like level 3. So I'm like, okay, like again, this game doesn't hold your hand. It's not telling you, which way to go or anything. So when I fired it up earlier this week, I'm like, do I just want to like start fresh? I'm like, nah, I'll just go back to Colorado Springs because I still need to like kind of build up my base as far as like open up the jail, get a medical bay going. And so I'm still not like 100% sure exactly how I'm supposed to do that because I keep going back to the base and I go into the jail, right? And I'm like, and I ask the person, how's the jail coming along? How's the prisoners? She's like, there are no prisoners yet because you haven't arrested anybody. You know? It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Let me just get out of here. So I'm just trying to follow along that storyline of I'm just sticking right there. I'm not going to restart it. And, but so far, like I've made it to where I talked to this guy at this casino, which is in Colorado Springs. And I'm kind of doing this mission where I'm trying to find out something about this Irish guy where, he's been helping the bad guys. And so anyway, some of the dialogue choices where it's like you go to talk to him, you finally trap him and he's like, hey, don't kill me, man. He goes, I'm protected, So he goes, besides, you can go back and talk to the casino boss. He's the dude you're really after, right? And so but he has like this really heavy Irish accent. And I'm just thinking like the whole time with dialogue choices, like, is that an Irish accent? I don't even recognize it myself. I'm just having to read it off of, the screen itself. And then it's funny because some of the dialogue choices are like, where you get to ask him like, dude, are you sure you're speaking Irish? And he's like, yeah, this is like the real or Irish or Scottish accent or something. And then even still, I'm like thinking to myself personally, like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then the options are, dude, it sounds like you're talking with a sock in your mouth. So it's like, this game does not hold back, I'm like, damn, but I really definitely enjoyed like some of that humor where he's like, yeah, fuck you, whatever, um, but yeah, like I still got my team together. I got my ass whooped in the casino. I'm pretty much down to like 2 characters left because everybody else just got wiped out. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, where I'm like, well, I was able to get out of the casino, but I'm not able to revive my other teammates. So I'm not sure what I need to do after that. But man, I had a blast in there. I went to a brothel and you can visit different rooms within the brothel where, you're talking to the main guy at the thing and his name is Kendall. And he's like, yeah, Kendall, you know why they call me Kendall? Because there ain't nothing down there. It got hacked off, shit like that. Very, very adult game. But damn, it's brutal, Evan, where you go back and you talk to the guy at the bar. He's like the floor manager for the casino. He's like, oh, you met old Kendall. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, when he did something wrong, right? And he goes, yeah, we fucking tied him up in the back room and just, hacked his shit off. And he screamed for like 4 days straight. And you're like, God damn, like, holy smokes, you guys are evil,
Hey, Gunny, how long have you been playing this game for? A few weeks now?
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, I thought you were actually doing like construction work at your house. I don't know if I was I don't know if I was zoning out when I was listening to the podcast when you were talking about it, but I thought you were actually like demoing out your house or something.
Yeah, in real life I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in real life. So that's why I've only played one game.
You're confused.
Okay. Yeah, I was really confused. I was like, okay, Gunny's doing his house simulator shit, and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like an actual game, and I don't know. That threw me off for a second there.
Yeah. So yeah, in real life, I have a new house, and I've been.
Okay.
Well, it's not new to us, and we demolished it, the insides of it. We're actually rebuilding it, and so that's where all of my freaking time has been. So besides games,
I thought you were actually like. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it all makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Wasteland 3, man, it does not hold back. It's very offensive. So I'm surprised, like maybe some of these things, like, I don't know, whatever. It's cool. I like it. It's a lot to manage with your teammates, and you can go back and trade them out for people that have different buffs and different abilities. And maybe one can hack doors and lock doors, and the other ones can modify weapons. And then it becomes that like XCOM-ish type thing where you'll come into an area, there's going to be combat. You can get in the first hit, but once you get the first hit, it's like combat has started, and then that's when the enemies come and they get this second hit. But yeah, like I'm just like, all right, am I in the right place? Am I just going to get owned right here? Are they like level 20 and I'm level 4? Yeah, so. But I've managed to like kind of stay to the left, like Colorado Springs area left. So for anybody listening, yeah, don't get in your vehicle and go right, because yeah, it's like everything's just so much higher. But yeah, I like combat so far. It's good. But it's not like XCOM where you can hide behind things. You're not like getting that much of XCOM type style turn-based stuff. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. Probably the combat or the dialogue more, I think. But then it also tries to be like that Borderlands type style humor.
Yeah, it sounds like the humor is funny, and like you said, the dialogue more than the actual gameplay. So games like that are fun every once in a while, where you just get to laugh instead of worrying about actually playing a game.
Yeah, that whole thing with Kendall and then visiting the brothel, and you talk to different things where you collect these cards where, hi, I'm Jack of Hearts and I will do some dirty things to you. And it's like, okay, really? So I put on like this like tutu, and then I've got this hat and it's got two pink dildos popping out of the top of it. I mean, very adult, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just sitting there laughing and giggling at me wearing this thing, and it's like, yeah, okay. So now like, I mean, but there's nothing visually nudity that I've seen, like nothing like that.
Right.
But it's all more dialogues type style stuff. But yeah, it gets pretty R-rated, I'll say. But yeah, that's all I play, guys. Just checking that out. If you're into it.
So you play Gunny?
Yeah, just the one game.
Alrighty, well, I guess you know what time it is.
News time.
It's news time. Let's get into the news this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Breaking news.
I just bought Space Crew as well.
I saw that on Facebook. What's that about?
Well, remember Bomber Crew, the game that I really liked?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
they just took it to space. They took it to space.
Lord.
Woo! Space Crew, bitches. Woo!
No.
Get ready for Space Crew podcast coming at you next week.
Oh, God.
Oh, I did see this on Twitch. Yeah.
Fuck you, Evan. What the hell, bro? What the hell?
Oh, no.
The fuck? Why? You should be happy for me.
You can't just put it into space and...
Well, they did. They just put it into space.
I don't approve.
I approve.
I don't approve.
Mayo approves.
Let's take Call of Duty and put it into space and call it Space Duty.
They have.
Space Duty, yay. They had that
Could
already.
be different than FTL.
It's better, Mayo. Shut your mouth. All right.
You just bought it. How do you know?
Yeah, because I know. That's why I bought it.
Okay.
Don't question me. Anyways.
All right.
PS5 will not actively monitor or listen to your voice chat, Evan. That's what Sony says.
Just PlayStation?
Well, Sony has published new details about the PS5's recording of voice chats. That is right. After the company appeared to be caught flat-footed earlier this week when it released the latest PS4 system software update, Mayo, and users caught wind of the feature unexpectedly. They said, quote, "We didn't clearly communicate this feature or explain why we were introducing it, and we apologize for that." Following the release of the PS4 system software version 8.0 on Wednesday, players began seeing a notification and a message on the console regarding its party chat feature titled, quote, "About Party Safety." The note said, "Please be aware that voice chats in parties may be recorded and sent to us by other users. By participating in a voice chat, you agree to your voice being recorded. These recordings will be used only for safety and moderation purposes by PlayStation Safety. You know what, guys? I think Microsoft also records your voice.
Yes.
Xbox parties, I'm pretty sure, are recorded as well. If you guys didn't know this, so be very careful.
Is it
Where are they storing all this stuff? Because that's a lot of data.
Azure servers, man?
Dude, Microsoft has like one of the largest servers in the world. Like that cloud space.
It just seems like a lot. Like, why do they care? I don't know.
I mean, why does any company care about your data? They want to advertise to you. You know, they want to know. They want to know when Evan wakes up and he goes and takes a shit. What type of toilet paper does Evan use?
I'm not talking about that in my party chat, though.
Well, they will figure out you're a Charmin guy because you mentioned Charmin one time, and they know that because they recorded you saying it, and now they know that. Right, Mayo?
For the record,
speaking of now, I'm going to get Charmin ads on my Facebook. My phone's probably sitting here listening.
Yeah. It's all happening, Evan.
I mean, I guess I just can't. I don't know, bro. I guess when you got that much money, I guess you can try and sell stuff to anybody doing whatever. But I mean, I just think to my party chats or the chats that I'm having online, I guess, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. It's stupid.
It says here, Microsoft does listen to your party chats. It says that while Xbox they record all your party chats, they may not listen to all of them, but they do have employees that sit there and listen to your party chat. And the reason they do this...
Can you imagine the guy that has that job?
Oh, bro, I gotta sit here and listen to these guys talk about their girlfriends or this guy talk about fucking whatever.
He goes home after a long day of work and just thinks about blowing his brains out.
Just all the fucking shit. Just all the illegal shit he's hearing. Fucking Xbox party chats.
Yeah.
But yes, they do this. Apparently, Xbox does this to improve their voice-enabled services. And also, they say that the data is sometimes reviewed by their vendors. So, data companies that love to hear what you like. They love to hear what Evan loves to eat for breakfast.
It's an eggs, baby.
They love it. They love to hear what Gunny had for lunch yesterday.
Yes, they do.
You know what? Discord doesn't record my party chats.
How do you know?
I don't, but...
Look it up right now.
just look it up. Does Discord record party chats?
If it does, I'm leaving this call right now.
Let's see here. I'm on this website. This is some kind of privacy website here.
Does Facebook record my audio?
Charmin ads. I'm gonna be livid.
Charmin ads.
If I see that dancing bear,
Jesus, you know what?
I'm sending an angry email.
I bought something at a convenience store at work earlier this week, and then literally because it knows where you're at, right? If you allow your location and select photos and all that stuff, but then it was like, son of a bitch, that's all on Twitter. That same item or whatever drink I bought. And I was like, oh, you guys are watching me.
Whether you allow it or not, it's still...
All right, so it says here that Discord specifies that they may collect information from you, such as the information you provide, like Mayo's email address, his email, and so on. Also, it collects your IP automatically, and usually if you have your Discord link to your Facebook or linked to your Xbox or linked to Steam or linked to Epic or linked to Bethesda launcher, whatever launchers, they're able to collect that information and sell that information to their vendors, third-party companies. So, yeah, Evan. You got no privacy, Evan.
Mayo just violated me.
Oh, this is being recorded. Oh shit!
I've been violated by Mayo.
This is because we see the video, guys. I know you guys just have the audio version. But
He
it's
just
audio.
he just sent me a message.
Oh
of the
no!
Charmin dancing bears.
You know what? I did see him.
Charmin Dancing Bear chip through Discord.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. Well, there's that. Also, moving on here, let's move on to Microsoft. It says here Xbox could recoup their $7.5 billion Bethesda purchase without putting games on PlayStation, says Phil Spencer.
Whoa! Hold on a minute, Jesus. Hold on a second. Because Phil's over here and he's like, I don't know. He's like, what's that on the table, Phil? What is that? Dude, stop. We eat on that table, Phil.
What's he doing?
Knock it off. Hold on, guys. Sorry.
What's he doing? What's he doing
All
over
right.
there? What, Phil's at your house right now?
Yeah, Phil Spencer walked in. He was at my kitchen table.
No.
He just laid his big old dong down on the table.
Like 20 times. I was like, stop it. I got to eat dinner there later.
Hey, I saw it hit Gunny in the face once. It was bad.
In an interview with Kotaku, Xbox boss Phil Spencer didn't say that Microsoft would make future Bethesda games console exclusive on the Xbox, but he did emphasize that it could. When asked if the company would be able to recoup the $7.5 billion it spent on the acquisition without selling Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation consoles, Spencer said flat out, yes. He said, I don't want to be flip about that. The deal was not done to take games away from another player base like that. Nowhere in the documentation that we put together was, how do we keep other players from playing these games? We want more people to be able to play games, not fewer people to be able to play the games. But I'll also say in the model, I'm just answering directly the question that you had. When I think about where people are going to be playing and the number of devices we had, and we have the xCloud and the PC and Game Pass and our console base, I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. So, yeah. Spencer has previously said that Microsoft will honor existing agreements for the PlayStation 5 releases, but beyond that it will determine which games to bring to which hardware on a case-by-case basis. So, I mean...
Dumb it down for me.
This pretty much means that people are saying that he's confirming that the games won't come to PlayStation.
Think so, really?
I think he's full of shit. I think they're going to wait to see how good or bad the Xbox Series X starts selling.
Yeah.
And I think by the time the Elder Scrolls 6 is being done, which it's not done next year, it's not done the year after, it's not done. It's going to be like 2026 before it's done. Next gen consoles will be out.
Starfield, like how much of it?
I think
that's going to be.
Yeah. I think maybe Starfield is going to be the one thing that they're going to look at next year, and they're going to see the sales, and they're going to be like, okay, we've sold this many Series X and this many Series S. Can we make our money back or start making some of this money back if we just put this on our shit? I mean, it's going to be on Game Pass, so a lot of people won't be paying for this $60. They're going to just be paying for the Game Pass. Yeah, we'll probably get new subscribers to Game Pass, but for how long? You know, it's a single-player game. Essentially, if you sign up to, like, for example, like me signing up for Uplay to play Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, I'm signing up for a month or two. That's 10, 20, or 30. Say that's $30 they get out of me, but they could have got $30 twice by selling the game to me twice, selling me, if they sold Watch Dogs to me and they sold Valhalla to me, then I would be giving them more money. But instead, I'm going to subscribe to them for 2 months, and they're losing money on that. You know what I mean? So I wonder if Starfield makes sense. Because Because, I mean, if you launch Starfield and it's on Game Pass and Mayo signs up for Game Pass to play Starfield, how long has Mayo signed up for Game Pass to play Starfield? Does he beat it in a month? Does he beat it in 2 months?
Mayo's always on Game Pass.
But you know what they're hoping.
You got to think, too, that you're paying for other games, too. You're not just playing Starfield. You're paying stuff that's on Game Pass. So those other games need to make their money, too, in Game Pass. So, like, that money's still getting all divided up. So, yeah, that $15 a month I'm paying for Ultimate isn't just going to Starfield. It's going to probably all those developers. So they're not getting a chunk like, we would think probably because.
And I think also, Mayo, what they're really hoping for is that you continue to pay for that
you
service.
Forget about it.
Right.
You meant to cancel it 4 months ago. And I was also listening to whatever podcast it was this week where they were talking about how this thing possibly works with Game Pass, and maybe that Uplay subscription works the same way as well, is where the game gets activated in a library. That's when everybody gets paid. I think that's when Microsoft has to pay the developer, or that's when Ubisoft has to pay the developer for like, hey, this game got activated in.
Oh, so when you launch the game, but I mean, how do they know when you launch it?
Maybe I would think it would be a launch, right? Not so much an activation in library.
Or is it when you download it? Because you could just download games and never play them. I do that all the time with Game Pass.
Yeah, I do it all the time too. I probably played half the games I downloaded.
Yeah.
Because I have like 3 hard drives here. So, but yeah, if you activate it and play it, I would think that boom, you have to give the developer.
You get a penny for this. Oh, you get
$3 or whatever it is.
You get $2 for every time someone plays.
So that's a fucking win-win for Microsoft, and yeah.
Interesting, but who knows what's gonna happen? I wouldn't think much of this. Like I said,
it said, Spencer said that Microsoft will honor existing agreements for PS5 releases. So that tells me that most of that stuff's probably already set, for the most part. So like Elder Scrolls for the PS5, I think is coming out on PS5 because they were probably already making that. That was announced last E3? So what, 6 months ago?
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. But I mean, they work on those games for so long. It's like
right. So before they make an announcement, they're probably working on it. So they've probably been working on a PS5 version of Elder Scrolls for a little while. So that's why I feel like they're going to honor that agreement, and we're going to see a PS5 Elder Scrolls.
I don't know, man.
Just hedging their bets.
I think that
it's already being designed.
If that's the one game that they would need to hold back. I think that's the one game out of anything, out of Starfield, out of Fallout, Elder Scrolls is their biggest IP. That is the one.
It's the biggest concern for the PlayStation people.
That's the one that would need to be held back. Because Starfield, it's a take it or leave it thing. Like Starfield is like, yeah, it's a new IP. But that's just it. It's a new IP. Are people going to give a fuck if you're like, yo, Starfield's coming only to Xbox? People are going to be like, well, cool. I've never played Starfield before. Like, it could be good or it could be just shit.
It could be, easier to pass up on than Elder Scrolls because, like, oh man, I put 500 hours into Skyrim.
I love Elder Scrolls. This is all I've played for the last fucking 10 years or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I beat Skyrim on everything they came out on or whatever. So, yeah. Elder Scrolls is the one that they need to make exclusive, not Starfield.
See, that's where I come in and I go, wow, the next ESO expansion, play it first on Game Pass, right? And
that's the other things I could see too, is like when
oh my God, I can't believe this,
You're right. When they launch those expansions for Elder Scrolls Online, you're right. They could just be like, yo, this comes first to Xbox people for a month or two.
She does it all the time, right? So, and that's worked out for them for many years, and why not Microsoft do the same thing?
Why not? Speaking of Microsoft will share digital revenues with GameStop on every Xbox it sells. So, details have now emerged about this partnership between Microsoft and GameStop. Apparently, this will see the retailer receive a share of all digital revenues generated by a console sold in their stores. This agreement has been rumored, but investment advisor Domo Capital Management claimed via Twitter that it had received confirmation from GameStop the chain will get a share of all downstream revenue for customers it brings into the Xbox ecosystem this generation. Essentially, this means if a customer has purchased their Xbox Series X or S from any GameStop branch, the retailer will get a share of each digital purchase the user makes, whether it's a full game download or just DLC. Domo even claims this applies when the DLC is being purchased for a physical game that was bought from another store completely. So say you go to Target and you buy Call of Duty, but then you go home and you download the DLC pack for Call of Duty on your Xbox that you bought at GameStop. GameStop gives a share of that downloadable content. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
This also will be extended to pre-owned consoles such as the Xbox Series X and S consoles. So if you buy a pre-owned console, same thing. I don't know how they're going to be able to track this, like the serial number, I'm assuming.
It's like a messy deal, and I'm just wondering why are they doing this?
Well, this makes a lot of sense because this is going to get GameStop employees and GameStop, the management at GameStop is going to be like, yo, you motherfuckers need to start pushing.
Xbox.
Push Xboxes. Push the Xbox. Sell Xbox more than PS5. When people come in here and they start asking about PS5, mention Game Pass because every time somebody downloads Game Pass on an Xbox that we sell, we get money out of that. That's what this means.
I'm going to Hawaii this year.
This is fucking smart. GameStop. I can't believe Microsoft fucking agreed to this, because that means, well, it makes sense for Microsoft because they get more consoles sold. But like, this is nuts. If you think about this whole deal, this pretty much makes GameStop really sell Xboxes over any other console, because people are going to go in there and they're going to be like, hey, I'm looking for the PS5. My kid wants the new PS5. And they're going to be like, look, man, you buy this pre-owned Series X for $450, and you get this Game Pass with it, and this Game Pass lets you fucking download 100 games, and then you know what they're gonna bank on when you buy the fucking Game Pass. When Mayo goes home with the Series X and his kid downloads Game Pass, and his kid is bugging him, yo, Dad, I want to buy this cool skin for this fucking ship in Sea of Thieves. It only costs $4, and then Mayo gives in, and he's like, oh, okay, it's just $4. But GameStop makes money off of that DLC content.
Makes sense.
Yep.
You think Microsoft is just extremely traumatized from when the X got fucking
They have nightmares.
by the PS4?
Yeah, you know why?
I think they are.
That's what all this seems like. It seems like
Like they're just like doing
hit 'em.
everything that they can to like not fuck up.
Yeah, they're like really taking measures to be like, all right, guys, we gotta seal this deal here.
It seems like they've chosen their retailer, right? Because it's not like we're seeing anything with like another large retailer like Amazon.
What if PS5 goes to Best Buy and they're like, look, we made every PS5 Best Buy sells. We're gonna give you a cut of our money.
Yeah, or something.
Like, that is what do you think of this, Mayo? This is nuts, right?
It's like a completely different way almost of thinking of marketing. Like, you can go to a GameStop and now you kind of have this guy with an agenda. Maybe you could think in the back of your mind, he's pushing you one way or the other, and he's going to try to persuade you to.
And you're going to be pushed to Xbox because they're going to be pushed because management's going to be told by corporate, hey, motherfuckers, we need to make more sales, we need to make more revenue. The way to do that is by selling Xbox. So make sure your employees are selling the Xbox. And I wonder if
when Billy's mom comes into the GameStop because she's gonna buy a system or a PlayStation or something for Christmas, and she'd be like, "Oh, I want to see that PS5."
Buy this.
And it's like,
buy the Series
Series
S.
X, and you can get Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's only gonna cost you $15 a month, and you can get all the games you want over there.
Or not even that, or save money, Mayo.
Great idea.
Save money by buying the S because it's $300 and Game Pass, and you get 400 games to download at once or whatever. It's like, whoa, like, holy, this is so smart. This is what that deal was about. It wasn't about putting Microsoft fucking shit in the stores. It was about forcing GameStop to fucking sell Xbox.
Influence.
That is nuts, Gunny. This is big, dude. This is a lot bigger.
That's on the limit right there.
This is on
You know what? It is on the limit. You know why? Because I think it's not the last that we've seen of an article like this, because this just started recently with Microsoft's deal with GameStop. Whatever it was with the Surface tablets and the integration with, whatever. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of this. Like, I had even joked around, last week or the week before, where I said, what are we going to see, an Office 365 poster on every brick and mortar store, like. Yeah,
no, but you will see Xbox, and I think that Xbox section in GameStop is going to get a lot bigger.
It'll be right in front, right?
Spaces.
Or right in the middle of the store.
Yeah, it's going to be like, you walk in, you're going to see big-ass fucking Xbox cardboard cutouts everywhere and shit. Master Chief and fucking... You're going to see fucking Bethesda Studios and Xbox Game Studios presents, and you're going to have all these fucking titles. And it's going to be big, dude. Yeah. Fucking Phil is swinging that dick around. Mm-hmm.
Is he? I don't know. I don't hear him anymore, I don't think he's here. Never let stop!
God damn it, Phil. Tell him that's not right.
That was in a GameStop.
Moving on to more news. More Microsoft news. Speaking of Microsoft, Evan, says here Microsoft has a very good relationship with Nintendo, but is not making any promises moving forward. That's right. According to the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, when he was asked by Kotaku this week about the possibility of more Microsoft-published games coming to other consoles, like the Nintendo Switch, he replied with the following. He said, it doesn't feel sustainable, and in order to really support it, I would want a full Xbox ecosystem somewhere. And that probably means things like Live and Game Pass and stuff. So he's putting it out there. He's putting the word out there, right? He's saying, hey, look, you guys want our games. How about, just let us put Game Pass. Let us... Hey, yo, PlayStation, you want Elder Scrolls 6? How about just let us put Game Pass on your thing? Just let me do it, Mayo. Let me go over there.
I want to play Gears of War on my PlayStation 5.
That's the move Microsoft is making. Yeah.
Damn. Talk to Doug.
Moving on to more news. More Xbox news. The Xbox Series X UI user interface reportedly will only run at 1080p. Oh no, Mayo, what is this shit? What is this?
I'm not even going to read it. It's going to be so fuzzy and blurry.
Yeah,
at
wow.
1080p.
Wow.
I need my 4K writing. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to get my old man glasses, get 3 feet from the TV, and
how are you going to even know?
My kids. I'm going to be like, kids, what's that say? I can't read it because it's so fuzzy.
What game is that? Can't even tell what game that is anymore. God.
I can't see the box art that's digital now. It's all blurry. What game is this?
Says here.
No. Jesus, before you came on, Mayo was talking about he's going to get a new monitor. It's going to be a 1080p. So shut up, Mayo.
Says here, while the Xbox Series X will feature a 4K resolution, it appears that the system's user interface will only be 1080p. This report comes from John Lineman of Eurogamer and Digital Foundry. On Twitter, Lineman noted his disappointment with the appearance of the UI, stating that he was unhappy with it on the Xbox One X, and that it's unacceptable to see it on the Series X as well. It is unclear whether or not this will be true for the final version of the Xbox Series X, or this is simply just a preview build. So it says here, it should be noted that the preview build for the Xbox Series X did have some features that were not enabled when it arrived in the hands of gaming journalists. It says here, notably, backwards compatibility is not working for major first-party titles, and there were some crashes as well. So it says here that, these are just being, mentioned by reviewers, because right now they're testing the console out or whatever. But yeah.
It's I don't know. I mean, is the current Xbox X running 4K? The UI? I thought
it was.
How does the game work?
But apparently it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird, right? So I remember them talking about that a while back, saying, "Oh, the home screen is in 4K." Oh.
I thought it was like an update they did like years later. When the Xbox One came out. Like, okay, I didn't know. I'm not noticing a difference when I'm going to the store.
Why can't they get the home screen right?
Ever.
They always change it.
They've changed it in the last 7 years or whatever since the Xbox has been out. They've changed it more than anything else, than anyone else. Sad.
Yeah, did they just have another recent update? I think I just turned my Xbox on yesterday. It was like, oh, right, I saw that on Twitter. Another update. Now it looks like PlayStation. Right. I mean, it looks good. I like it because I prefer PlayStation's.
You can't beat them. Join them.
Yep. The only thing I don't like is I've noticed on, like, when I go down to the description on the Xbox One X is that where you go, you can see a screenshot, and then you go to video. You can't go to full screen on the videos anymore.
What? That's kind of lame.
No, I was like, what? How do I get it? What's going to get me to buy it? No, you know what I have to do?
What?
I have to go to youtube.com to get a full
fucking
experience.
Lame. That's fucking.
You got to watch it in a small little video box. I don't know. That's
it's to keep the video in 4K.
You can't run in 4K on full screen, but you can run the fucking game if I buy it. So what I have to do? I got to buy it. Do I see? No, I don't know.
Speaking of Xbox, the Elite Series 2 has been added to the Microsoft controller drift lawsuit. That's right. There's a class action lawsuit over the drift affecting Xbox One controllers. Now has specifically named the Xbox Elite Series 1 and 2 as being impacted by the issue. It says here, the Elite Series 2 is Microsoft's most recent controller, having launched in November 2019. The lawsuit was filed first in April, with an update being released earlier this month, as reported by VGC. Shed light on what's causing the drift. It says here the controller's flaw is allegedly linked to the potentiometer in the joystick. Yeah. It says here this component contains a known design flaw related to a grease-like lubricant, which causes resistive material scraped off a curved track to cause unwanted movement without input from the user. In the original lawsuit, the plaintiff said joystick drift appeared on the two Xbox One Elite controllers he purchased, and they also noted that the original Xbox One controller and the Elite controller share the same analog stick assembly, and he asked the court to certify a class action and to include everyone in the United States who bought any version of Microsoft Wireless Xbox One controllers. The plaintiff also argued that Microsoft knew about this defect, and as it's been routinely pointed out by users on official forums and game sites, says here Nintendo also faces a class action lawsuit over their drift on the Switch's Joy-Cons controllers. This was filed back in July of 2019, and that dispute is still ongoing as the Washington court has denied Nintendo's move to dismiss it back in March of 2020. So, that's right. Everyone's getting sued, guys. I'm suing.
I'm so glad I didn't buy that.
Let's join this lawsuit, Gunny.
Ryan Gibson bought it.
There's not one over there, don't you?
I
have that first one.
You could be in this lawsuit, Gunny. You get like $2.
$2, not even worth it. I need to get the repair kit.
Here's a penny for your troubles.
When they settle out of court,
Okay.
we settle for $100,000. You get a $0.00001 check. Gunny.
Yeah. No, thanks. I'll just wait. Maybe I'll just buy a scuff controller like PlayStation users do. Never have any problems with those.
God. Speaking of more news, let's move on here and talk about more news. Apparently, PlayStation 4 is going to have a huge game sale, Evan. There will be 234 games on sale for Halloween 2020.
Ooh.
Everything from Assassin's Creed to Wolfenstein and in between, like Titanfall for Jonathan over there. Everything's on sale. It's on sale, Gunny. Go get yourself a sale.
Is it on now? I didn't get the email. You get an email from PlayStation.
This sale begins. Dun, dun, dun. It says, October 29th and until November 2nd.
So about a week and a half. All right. I'll get the email, and then I'll go turn on the PlayStation, dust it off. Go play some of the EA Squadrons.
Oh, wait, so right now they have a sale, I believe, going on until the 29th, and then they have the other sale, the October sale, going to November 2nd.
On sale this week, because...
Oh, let me check. Let me check for you, Gunny. I got a list. I got a list here for games that are in the Halloween
on Twitter
sale.
As well.
Ghost of Tsushima is not on this sale. On this,
Rich. I wanted to buy it again.
There's a 15 and under sale, and Predator Hunting Grounds is on that sale. It just came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that's PlayStation only, right? Is that a timed exclusive? That game looks all right.
It looks okay.
Looks like 7 Days to Die almost, but
Yeah.
PlayStation's version.
Anyways, there's a sale going on. Go find your fucking sale. Let's move on here to more news, more important news here for our next gen friends, guys. All of our next gen listeners out there, like Evan, who's got himself an Xbox Series X pre-ordered.
Yes.
Well, it's been confirmed by the producer on Watch Dogs Legions on Reddit on the AMA. Guess what has been confirmed, Mayo, for next gen? Guess what?
No, that you won't have to pay for an upgrade? I don't know.
No. Guess what? Watch Dogs Legion on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 will have ray tracing, 4K, but only run at 30 frames a second. And it will not have a 60 frames per second option on your PS5 or Xbox Series X. So apparently, man, this whole 60 frames is still a problem on next gen because this game is only running at 30, and like that was one thing for me, as a Xbox One owner or whatever. Like I really wanted to see next gen go to 60. Like what the hell, man?
What, Mayo? Tell us about these teraflops. Even you, Jesus. What's up with if
fuck?
these things have enough teraflops to run 60? Why are we not just getting these? I understand there's that performance issue, and then there's the other one. Why does the other one not allow me to just do
a game like
without?
this game is a big like open world game,
Yeah.
and that takes a little more CPU processing because it has to control all the NPCs and all that stuff and everything that's going on at once. So it's a little more advanced in the term of the big vast open world. You'll see it on the PC also. Like Evan was saying, No Man's Sky doesn't run as well because that's a big open game where everything is interactive.
A lot of
That's
shit
kind
going
like what
on.
Legions is going to be like. It's going to be an open world where you can interact with everything, and that the CPU has to do that work, not just because it's doing the processing and the thinking. Your graphics card is doing the graphics and some of that stuff, but your CPU is limited to how much thinking and stuff it can do.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to play devil's advocate here and ask this question after you're done over there, Jesus. So, do you think it's possible? It's because if they allow this option on the PS5, the Series X, that even with the SSD, it's got enough of that power in there with more teraflops that if they allow this 60 or 120 FPS or whatever, that it could lead to bricking or breaking consoles? I don't know. I'm reaching here, but I'm just trying to figure out why this would not even be an option. I mean, hopefully down the road at least.
I don't think it's going to break any consoles. I personally think that they're really going for the visuals, and that's just it. You pump up these visuals like Mayo's saying. This is a big open world game, and they got a lot of moving parts with all like the hidden characters and the people that hack into you. They got all these fucking things going on in the background with the NPCs and how you can switch to any NPC at any time. That's pretty big too. But I feel like they're really going for visuals this time around, and I just think that like even me, dude, we got 2080 cards. They're fucking pretty decent. And you turn on ray tracing, you see a hit, dude, in games. You just see it. You see the performance drop.
Unless you have DLSS or was it DSLL or
DLSS
I can't
support.
I can't remember which one it is now. But unless you have that, you see that hit.
Yeah, and it's kind of shitty, but like it's just these consoles, and also like you gotta think. Yeah, we were talking ray tracing, but these consoles are made with AMD hardware, so how does AMD's ray tracing even work? Is it the same? Does their shit take a lot of? Does their shit take a big hit when you turn on ray tracing on their cards?
I just thought of something, Jesus. Let me address the elephant in the room here. Overheating.
Yeah.
Is that another factor as well? Do you think that they looked at that and just trying to read this crystal ball and say, yeah, they were like, whoa, this thing is not going to run it without overheating the console?
Well, like we said, like what GPUs are these things running? Like, are they running this? Like, has AMD even announced their new GPUs, Mayo? I don't think they were going to.
No,
right?
not to the end of this month. There's a lot of speculation right now. A lot of rumors flying around, like, oh, this could be this, and there's leaked benchmarks, but none of it has been concrete. I think it's the very end of the month is when it gets.
So,
announced.
with that being said, like, we're gonna finally see exactly kind of what these consoles have in them, right? When you see these new cards come out, and based off of that is what you're gonna be pretty much seeing the performance on these consoles is whatever these things can do. Like I said, they're gonna have ray tracing, but how well does their ray tracing even work? You know, and all that.
The other thing too, I just want to throw out there real quick since we're talking about graphics cards and stuff. Have you guys seen the new rumored announcements what Nvidia is doing where they're talking about releasing new 3080s with higher RAM in them? So right now the current 3080s have 10, and now it's rumored for Nvidia to battle these, they're going to release a new 3080 in December. And that sounds right to me like a TI, like I was kind of talking about a while back. I said we're going to see a TI version. And they're saying they're going from 10 gig of video RAM to 20 gig of video RAM.
Holy shit.
So that's huge. And so the rumored is they're going to get announced in December. So we're probably going to see those in early spring.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, do I wait? Now is there a 3080 Ti coming out? I think we'll know more after this AMD announcement. And then AMD or Nvidia is going to counter and be like, hey guys, look what we got. You know, we got this new surprise 3080 Ti, you know.
Yeah.
So just kind of throwing that
They're
out
always
there.
going to one up each other, of course, but I don't know about the 20 gig.
Yeah, 20 gig card would be that's a lot of video RAM. That makes a big difference in your games.
Huh. So let's talk about Cyberpunk here now. Moving on to some next gen talk here. I guess Cyberpunk feels next gen-y, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next gen. Well, for you Xbox and PlayStation 5 players, you may know or may not know, Cyberpunk has confirmed that the next gen version of Cyberpunk will not be available day one, Gunny. So if you...
No, I know, but that sucks.
Yeah, that really does fucking suck. They don't even know, and the thing is, they don't even have a date when the fucking next gen version comes out. So that
I thought they said June, presumably.
oh god, that's so.
But that's gonna come. That's gonna come with the multiplayer at that point.
Oh god, that's so long, dude. That's like, Jesus, that's so long.
But you do gotta hand it to them.
Version, right, Jesus?
No, but you really do have to hand it to them. They've been very upfront and very, I think, honest with what
but
they're.
Still, like, if you're buying a next gen console, this is the biggest game of the year. You're buying a next gen fucking console. You want these next gen visuals, and you're not gonna get them till next year. You
know what I'm saying? Here, listen, I'm gonna say it here first. This is gonna be that glass half full. You're getting an early access game. I know people are like, "Oh, man, Gunny, you suck."
On consoles, you are. On PC, you're not.
Experience, but
on PC, we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, on PC,
you're like, "Yeah, I got it all except for multiplayer. Like, all I care about is a single player anyway."
Yeah, like what the fuck? What do you think of that, Evan? That you don't get to play the next gen version until next June?
I just want to say Gunny sucks, and
thank you.
And I think that's bullshit. But yeah, it sucks. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty lame. Like, you're especially because what are you looking forward to when you buy the next gen console? You're just you're oozing over Cyberpunk. Just the thought of playing that game.
Yeah, you're gonna play and you're gonna think, oh, Cyberpunk's gonna be the same thing, right? I get the next gen
ray tracing, the graphics.
Yeah, I mean, what's really, that was like the biggest thing that people are probably looking forward to. Like you want to see like a game that it was kind of like everybody's waiting for Cyberpunk, right? And then next gen consoles are coming out. You want to see what this next gen console can really do with Cyberpunk. And now you gotta wait. It's like, that's no bueno.
I've heard people say, well, I'm gonna play it when it launches in a couple weeks or whenever it launches, or 32 days, I think, because I see it on Twitter every day. Boom, I'll be playing it then, and then what I'll do is I'll just go put it on the underneath the desk, and then I'll break it back out in June and play it again. But
Yeah,
I'm
see,
like,
that's the thing. It's like,
of course, but
everybody's gonna be playing Cyberpunk, right? And you're gonna want to be included in some of that Cyberpunk talk, and so you're gonna be playing it with hobo version, whatever, and then by the time it releases, you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not as excited to play it.
I've already beat
again.
this once.
Yeah,
It was long. It took me 100 hours, whatever.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be a buzzkill. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to. I'll tell you what will happen. People will start it up. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, it looks cool," but they're not gonna play it through again.
They'll play the first mission and they'll be done with it.
Yeah.
I played it for an hour and I'm done.
Yeah. Exactly.
It'll be this thing where we see it on Twitch. It'll be trending at the top of the list because, again, I'm just presuming that it'll have the next gen upgrades and it'll have I don't even know when the multiplayer comes out, but I think that's what I heard. That's what they're shooting for is June. And then people are like, oh, didn't this game come out like 6 months ago? Yeah, we already played it, but I don't know. I guess it's a way to kind of keep.
Didn't they do this with GTA 5 when they re-released it?
Yeah, but they just re-released it like it was like 2 years later or something.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right.
Are they doing it the same? Oh, but it's not going to be. Do you have to pay for the upgrade, or is it going to be?
No.
Oh, it's just not going to be playable until.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free upgrade for both.
Oh, okay.
Like they said, you can play Cyberpunk on your new console, but it's going to be like the Xbox One version.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And
that's,
the PS4 version, pretty much of it.
So you think that they intentionally? This is contrary to what you're trying to get at here, Gunny, but you think they intentionally waited until after pre-sales to release this news?
Oh.
Yeah, and the other thing I thought about too was, I know I'm old and I have a bad memory, but I specifically remember on the Twitter, as I follow them and people who are, who love Cyberpunk and gush all over it, and they were like, hey, look, hey, this game's getting delayed till October, and so yeah, we're gonna. That's when the Xbox Series X was announced, right? So then it was like, boom, of course, right? Of course, Cyberpunk's gonna come out and go. Guess what? This game isn't coming out in when you think it is. But it was like, okay, cool, that's fine, whatever. And they said this game is pretty much done. This game's pretty much done.
Yeah, so why not
make it away from
next
launch of the consoles? Of course, it makes perfect, absolute sense to get the best revenue out of it. But then it was like, what? Earlier this month, at the beginning of this month, we saw...
You're right, Gunny. You are right, because this game was set to launch, in March, right? Or February or some shit, right? And then they came out and said, we're delaying it because we want to make it better. It's pretty much done. But why haven't you fucking worked on the fucking next-gen upgrades if you know the consoles are coming out this year? You know it.
I don't... So, okay, that's what I'm trying to think of. Okay, so then... Because somebody on Twitter got mad at me for kind of trolling, and I'm like, no, I'm just calling them out for their own thing. They said earlier, when was it? I don't know what month it was. A couple months ago, right? So, month and a half. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. They just said, I should go back. It's probably in the archives. They said this game's pretty much done. Okay, yeah, right. And then you had that. That came up like, oh my God, we got to work 6 days a week to get this game to launch. Like, oh, we're so overworked and. Oh, what are we going to do to barely get this thing to launch on the Xbox Series X? Like, okay, whatever. Sure. And then it's like, well, we still can't get the visual upgrades right until June. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, yeah, I've been following this because I'm really hyped for Cyberpunk. I'm going to buy it day one on the Hobo Xbox One X.
Why not buy it on your PC?
Damn, I could do that, but I've only got the 1070 Ti, and it doesn't. I think it'll look visually better.
Let me tell you something.
The specs were pretty low. Like
Gunny,
I remember when they announced it.
990, right?
Quite a lot.
Let me tell you something, Gunny. I went over to one of my buddies' house, and he's playing on the OG Xbox One, and he was playing Call of Duty. He was playing Warzone. That shit looked like garbage. It looked like a completely different game than what I'm playing on my PC. I was like, dude, where's the ground? It looked like mud. There was no rocks. There was no nothing.
PUBG.
It was embarrassing, bro. It did look like PUBG. I was like, bro, what's going on here? Like, and he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, this shit looks so bad. How are you playing like this? And I was just, I was dumbfounded by how bad it looked, because I was like, do yourself a favor. Don't look at anybody playing on PC. Don't look at their game, because you will not look at your game the same. Granted, he's used to it, but I was like, damn, it looks so bad.
That's just shitty.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that with where, because I was watching that and I was like, what the hell are they playing on a potato? Oh, it's an OG Xbox One.
What do you think, Mayo? Should Gunny buy his Cyberpunk copy on PC or
I would.
his Xbox?
No doubt. I would buy it on PC without a doubt.
Because even I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk is not going to run at 60 frames on next gen. There's no confirmation.
I doubt it. No way.
I mean, if Watch Dogs can't run at 60 frames, what are we to expect from Cyberpunk? I don't think it will.
And well, okay, so the only reason I'm buying it on console is a console share, right? So, hey, I'm going to buy this AAA game.
Have your console share, buddy.
So I'm already in the ecosystem.
Have your console share.
This is going to be on Steam,
and it's going to be upgraded on my Series X. I got to wait 6 freaking months, but
What?
Who are you console sharing with?
With Ryan Gibson.
With Ryan?
I told Ryan to buy it.
Yeah, just buy it both on Steam, and then.
See, but he's gonna buy AC Valhalla or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm in it. I'm committed, right? So it's gonna happen.
It just depends if you want to. I don't know. I would say just buy it on PC too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan, but
Sorry.
I mean.
Look, Ryan won't even play Cyberpunk. He'll play it for like a day and be like, "Oh, this is not my type of game. I prefer to play Hades."
Ryan's playing Daddy Simulator right now.
Yeah. He'll play it for an hour and not even ever touch it again.
Yeah, Daddy Simulator and Hades. That's what he's playing.
Yeah, Hades, and then eventually he'll go back and play that other game that man plays.
Immediately, when Ryan talked about that Hades, I was like, I went on Xbox. Wait, that's on the Epic Store. But I do have my $10 coupon because I downloaded Rocket League on there. So
you could use that $10 coupon for Cyberpunk on Epic Store.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, I can do that.
We're convincing him. We're slowly trying to change his mind. You know what? You know where else you can play Cyberpunk next gen version on day one? You know where else, guys?
Switch.
Where Evan can play this day one without ever loading anything?
Let's see.
My
Stadia.
Dun dun dun! Stadia. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Cyberpunk has confirmed. CD Projekt Red has announced that the next gen version of Cyberpunk will be available on Stadia day one. All you have to do is press start with no load screens. It just launches the game, Mayo. It just launches the game.
Yeah,
Let me talk about Stadia for a little bit.
Oh, Stadia update.
Great.
I haven't played it since the first week I got it.
What?
It was too much of a hassle, bro. I'll tell you why. Because I had to, it comes with the 4K Ultra Chromecast or whatever. But, you plug that in to your TV, you get power to it. And then if you want to have it at a playable condition, you need to plug an Ethernet cord into the Chromecast or into the power, like where
The TV, right?
No, yeah, the power cord for the Chromecast, it plugs into there. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But so you have to plug that in, and then that way you get that fast speed. And I was like, it's kind of a hassle to either run an Ethernet cord to wherever I'm, using the Chromecast. I could just unplug it out of my Xbox, but I mean, it's just another step, and it's not as convenient as I thought it would be. I tried doing it on my phone, streaming it off my phone. It was really choppy. It wasn't that great. I tried it without the Ethernet cord being plugged in. It was still choppy and not great. It was really laggy. And then the only time Stadia worked okay was when I pulled it up on my computer and I had to plug in my controller. I think I had to plug in my controller, to a USB port, and I was playing it off of like the Stadia web browser or whatever, because I'm getting, I'm hardwired on my PC, and that was the only time it was kind of playable, and it was
At
still
that
kind of
point,
like
it's just a PC game.
exactly. I was like, I bought it because I like Google and I thought it was cool. I wanted to like, kind of support like the direction they were going, but it's still not great, And I tried playing it on I think I loaded it up on my Chromebook too. I opened it on my Chromebook and I still had to plug in the controller or whatever, and it was still like, yeah, it's just not there yet. It wasn't.
It
It
doesn't have that
wasn't.
convenience, right? Because I
It's
even
not
noticed
as
that
convenient. No.
without the Chromecast. Yeah, I was
Because
like, I don't know.
you can play it anywhere, but you can only play it good when it seemed like when I had it, on my computer, I might as well be playing on my computer then. And
Might as well just have it installed, right?
yeah, pretty much. And, and it's the thing too, it's like, buying stuff on the Stadia store, it's like, I don't feel that confident in, you know, buying a copy or a license on there when I'm not going to be, using it a whole lot or whatever. And I don't know. I give it an you know, I guess.
Dun,
Like,
dun, dun.
maybe if you didn't have a console.
Or a PC.
Right. And you'd be playing mobile games, Stadia.
Yeah.
Look, man, you wanna play. You want to be the first to play Cyberpunk without waiting. You get it on Stadia, right, Mayo? It's like fuck off, Jesus.
No, I
Shut
bet
the fuck up.
if Xbox has
Hey, you don't want those load times? And play on Stadia. I don't know.
Or put it on your NVMe. Yeah. Speaking of more PlayStation Next Gen news, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will allow players to adjust their haptic feedback. Gunny, that's right. The latest and greatest Call of Duty from Treyarch will let players adjust their haptic feedback on their DualSense controllers on the PS5.
That's cool. I mean, it's better than just having your normal on or off.
Yeah, you could adjust it, Gunny. You adjust that shit.
I like it. Give me more options.
Also, speaking of next gen and adjustments, PlayStation has confirmed, Mayo, that on the PS5, the fan will be adjusted with firmware upgrades.
This is going to adjust the speed.
I'm assuming so.
Jesus, I need you to dumb it down for me. What's that?
All right, so let's dumb this down for the electrician in the room. All right, you change the speed of the fan with an update over the internet.
What's the reason for this?
This is to improve cooling solutions in your PlayStation.
So why not just now? Are they concerned with not having it go full speed because it's gonna be loud, or?
Well, no, they're probably concerned with like running Cyberpunk with ray tracing on, that it's gonna fucking blow up your CPU or something. So they're probably gonna turn it up.
I don't want my movie room lit on fire.
So I'm confused. They're gonna have pretty much like a boost to your fan that you can do.
Yeah. So this is what they said for sure. So PlayStation Yashuri Otori, I don't know who the fuck that is. He's somebody that works at PlayStation. He said that there's going to be lots of games released for the PS5, right, obviously. But they're saying that they're going to be collecting the data like they collect your voice data. They're going to be collecting the data, right, Mayo? As you play these games, as their PS5 gamers play the games, they're collecting the data that you're putting, in your console, how hard it's working. They realize, how hot it's getting. And based on all the data they collect from around the world, I'm assuming, they're going to be able to adjust the fans to each game. So, like, if Cyberpunk needs to go faster because the shit's too hot and PS5s are shutting down, they're going to be able to adjust these with updates. Like, say, they release a patch for the console and, hey, now, every time you play Cyberpunk, your shit might run a little bit faster. Every time you play Fortnite, it's going to run slower, quieter.
Maybe like just an enhanced game or something. I don't know, right? Just for all enhanced games. But you would think that'd be automatic. I don't know.
They say they plan to optimize that for pretty much all the games as they collect data as the generation goes on. They're going to be collecting data on the types of games that people are playing.
Beta program, yeah.
So, yeah, this is a lot of thought that they're putting into this design, Mayo.
Sounds like
It is.
And fix a mistake.
Right, yeah. Be in the beta program.
I can't believe they're still. I guess they have to use. I was gonna say I can't believe they're still using fans, but like they have to, right? Because
You want to water cool that PS5?
Even fans.
Liquid
we're
cooling.
seeing fans on PCs.
liquid cooling is too expensive to put in there. Yeah. Hey guys, we got a liquid cooled PS5 for $700.
Yeah.
It'll never overheat. Speaking of more news, got one breaking news here from 2 days ago, Mayo.
Breaking news.
Breaking
2
news.
days old.
Shut your mouth.
Old.
This is breaking news. No one's read this because this is like on some weird website. It says here,
Oh. all the
former
weird websites.
former Cyberpunk 2077 developer is speaking out about brutal crunch working conditions, Mayo. Quote, they don't give a flying fuck about the work balance. Oh my god. Cyberpunk 2077 is of course this year's most highly anticipated game, but according to a former developer who used to work at CD Projekt Red, it is coming at a high human cost, Mayo. An anonymous Reddit poster who identified themselves as a former CD Projekt Red developer described a brutal working schedule and leadership who had a disturbing disregard for the wellness of its workers. Says here, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier confirmed the poster was indeed an employee of CD Projekt Red. Oh my god, guys.
That's terrible. I feel bad for all those.
Let me read this post to you, Gunny.
Or more a year.
Gunny, let me read this post to you, Gunny. Hi, CDP developer here. This is somebody that responded to this shit. No, fuck this. We're reading an article. So, pretty much, there was some people fucking complaining about fucking working at CD Projekt Red, saying that it's not fair. So let's see here. So, hi, CD Projekt Red over here. It says not only is this conversation never happened, but this is just the last in the long list of very toxic behavior from the upper management towards us developers. First of all, I can confirm this conversation never happened. If anything, the developers have been crunching nonstop since May of 2019, where the management was like, oh shit, we need to make the game, we must hurry. Mind that we were barely out of the alpha at that point, and even though most developed pointed out that it was impossible to do the whole game almost from scratch in 1 year. But they've been doing it, Gunny, since a year ago. They were barely out of alpha last year.
Yeah.
It says here, they've been doing this 2-year death march since long before the crunch even started. And that's just how CD Projekt Red rolls, Gunny. They dick around in pre-production for ages and then rush everyone and work developers to the bone to make up for their time that they lost. And none of them was looking forward to it. When they asked, what's the plan if we can't deliver on a set deadline? And up until December, the answer from the management was, quote, we have to. There is no plan B.
Yeah,
so there you go.
You know what? It gets delayed, right? And then what they do is they take all the employees, they send them up in this room, and it's really cold, right? They take their shirts off and they whip them, right? And they're like, okay, we're going to set another deadline for October 23rd.
Well,
Work, guys.
Well, they said, first there was a 2-month delay, and then there was another 6-month delay, but they said that both times, all of the developers didn't know there was going to be a delay. So, like, they were just working them, like, crazy hours, right. and they didn't find out that there was going to be a delay until after CD Projekt Red tweeted it out. And then they got an email, like, an hour later saying, hey, guys, we're not releasing next month. We were delayed it, like, 2 months. You guys are good.
You guys go on vacation.
But they're still working them hard to death, apparently. So people get riled, about all this whole crunch and whatever. They spend 16 hours a day since June working in these fucking crazy hours to get the game out, and then they're like, oh no, it's delayed now 6 months. So apparently this guy, every time they address this issue, they would get the usual copy-paste spiel about, we are fueled by passion. We are rebels. This is not for everyone, and other such and copy-paste fucking bullshit slogans, he says. Also, at the end of the day, he says that it feels like CD Projekt Red's management is completely detached from the reality of the developers. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that anytime anybody says, "Oh my gosh, we need more hype for this game, more hype, more eyes on this game," somebody called Jason Schreier now.
Also, it says here that
get hold of Kotaku, get over here. I don't think he works for him anymore, right? But he tried this crap with Rockstar. It's the same copy and paste.
It says here.
Yes.
Listen, Gunny, I'm trying to give you the information this guy is saying. He used to work for them. He's saying, look, most developers get a yearly bonus that's kind of shit. It's like a little bonus. Mayo gets a little bonus, while the upper heads rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of thousands. So apparently here is also no one in the studio benefits or cares to release the game earlier. Many people just go there to do their job, get paid, and then whatever. Like, it's just like a bad culture. So
that same guy you're describing, his twin brother works at Microsoft, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's the same thing, right? Like, all these upper guys in higher management get a $200,000 yearly bonus, and
that's in every job. Name a job. Name a job. All right, name a job. I want all of you to name a job where your management doesn't get a better bonus than you. Yeah, exactly. You can't.
Right. I'm trying to think of one if there's one out there.
What's this guy's desired outcome of speaking out like this? Just to bring awareness to it?
Yeah, he's bringing awareness.
Hey, don't play Cyberpunk. Fuck you, man. But no, I do, I feel bad that, if what this guy's saying is true, like, it sucks to be rushed like that and, treated like crap and stuff. But, I mean, yeah, we kind of, turn a blind eye to it, that it happens. But with this industry, it seems like it's more common than it's not, right? I mean, they have a game.
It kind of happens with almost every industry. Like even, like think of Gunny's industry. Gunny, let's talk about Gunny's industry. Gunny,
that truck faster.
Gunny delivers alcohol to different stores.
Bars,
in Gunny's industry, I'm pretty sure in Gunny's industry, when New Year's comes around and there's going to be lots of alcohol consumption, I'm pretty sure that week before New Year's, Gunny is probably working a lot more hours or delivering a lot more shit than he usually does the rest of the year, because there's going to be a lot more people consuming alcohol. I'm pretty sure when Mayo is working, and what do you do? I don't know what you do. Mayo does something.
Yeah, we're shipping food to grocery stores here in Ohio.
When Thanksgiving comes around, I'm pretty sure Mayo's work ships a lot more food than usual, right, Mayo?
Mm-hmm. I have lots of overtime in November.
Yeah.
How many pallets are you moving each day?
Thousands.
How many pallets? Oh, I have no idea. Myself, just as a Lyft driver, just me, myself, you can touch like 600 pallets in a day.
Holy fuck.
700.
And see, for me, I'm doing 300 to 400 cases of alcohol.
We need more. We need more out of you guys.
500 cases minimum.
Yeah, minimum. We need this quota needs to be increased,
My
motherfuckers.
truck's not big enough. Give me a bigger truck.
Like, as far as like Cyberpunk being in a crunch for a whole year, maybe I could see it happening. It says here that apparently they were working 6 days a week instead of 5 days a week or whatever, like a normal work week. But that was apparently, CD Projekt Red says that their employees voted and they wanted to work 6 days a week. But a lot of, like this guy's saying, no, none of us voted to do that. They just told us we had to do it. So who knows? I mean, it could.
You got to think too is you don't hear about, this is a Polish company, and I'm sure they're abiding within the Polish laws over there, because obviously they'd be getting in trouble by their government. So they know going in. You know going in as a video game maker, if you're working on the biggest game
in the world.
right now, there's gonna be some pressure on you. I mean,
Yeah.
and
I think that's the risk. I think like people like this guy probably got fired. Like let's say he probably got fired, right? And he's probably real salty that he got fired before the game launched because he can't sit there and say, well, I was there for the launch of the game. When he says that he worked at CD Projekt Red on Cyberpunk, and they ask him, well, were you there at the launch? And he's going to be like, well, no, I wasn't. And they'll be like, well, why did you get fired? Why did you get fired before?
Looking for his name in the credits.
Yeah, like why did you get fired before?
Let's try this up here, right here, Jesus. We saw this. We saw Jason Schreier,
with Red Dead, remember?
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, so we did it with Rockstar, and that came up to a whole lot of nothing, but that could have been some cover-up. Who knows, right? I'm trying to have some sympathy here. And I got to give Jason a little credit. I give him credit for this. He did this with one of 2018's best-selling game. Was it 2019? With Anthem. That shit was true. That was very true because we had statements, right, come out from those that worked on that game that said, look, there was a lot of, crunch time and pressure.
But that was also, they were saying that was saying that people were switching. That game got flipped around a lot. Like the management just didn't know what to do. They like made it from this type of game to like an RPG to like, no, we need to make it more like Destiny now. We're switching it all up. Because that game originally was supposed to be like some RPG, like some role-playing fucking game. And then they saw how good Destiny was doing. And they're like, no. We need to be like Destiny now. We're making this into like some fucking shooter-looter thing or whatever, like. But at first it was supposed to be some kind of RPG. Whereas this game is just like, look, man, they had the alpha and they need to go into beta or whatever real quick. You need to, when Microsoft's coming to you or Sony, they're all coming up to you and saying, hey guys, when are you guys releasing? We got new consoles coming out. Like of course shit's gonna be, getting hardcore and crunch. But like if they're really crunching that hard, why can't they make a fucking next gen version come out on release day?
I don't know. I think we're gonna find out later on. There's nobody. I think somebody knows, but nobody's telling us.
Is it gonna be a documentary about this, Mayo?
I think there will be.
Cyberpunk controversy. What happened? What really happened at Cyberpunk?
Right? Why? Okay, maybe that's the thing too. Where did they not get? Maybe could it? Hey, just coming up with different possibilities. COVID-19. Maybe they didn't get the Xbox Series S and X early enough to start working on it. Maybe they didn't get a PlayStation 5 early enough, like an early build or something to start working on these next gen upgrades. But then I don't know. But then you look at like PC, like boom, why is it so much easier? And they've been saying like, well, fuck, you just play it day one, visual upgrades, boom, done.
On some shitty ass GPUs that are super old.
As a console bot here.
PC Master Race.
But yeah, who knows, man? So that's the latest news from Cyberpunk. Is there some dude came out saying that they work a lot of crunch, man, a lot of crunching going on over there.
Yeah. I don't go. I mean, not to sound like Johnny said, not to sound insensitive about it, but I think they expect it going in, and I would if I was a video game developer and I knew I was working on Cyberpunk. That's part of what I'm doing.
Say, Mayo, you're in the interview. And you go and you're interviewed by Rockstar Games, like that's one of the biggest studios in the world you can get hired by, right?
Yeah. Right.
Like you're going to be working on some of the biggest titles ever made, and they're going to be known for years and decades, and people are going to be talking about Red Dead for the next 15 years. 20 years from now, I'll be talking about Red Dead to my fucking kid, like saying, oh, back in my day, I played this fucking Arthur Morgan, and like, you just know it, dude. You're right. It's like going to work for Apple or something, right? Like, like you get hired by Microsoft. You're working on the next console. Like you're going to be crunching, dude.
It's like you know that like I mean I know now everybody's working from home, but it's like Rockstar didn't let me take a lunch break or feed my baby. I don't know. It's just we're always getting your stories. I was trying to make Arthur Morgan look more realistic and. My baby's crying.
They rejected. They wanted me to put more hair on Arthur Morgan. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
My dog died eating enough food or water.
Oh, man. Speaking of next gen, one last piece of news that I have here is for the Xbox around here. Gears 5 Xbox Series X versus the PC comparison is highlighting major differences here. It says here, Gears 5 comes with some enhancements that are not present even on the PC, Mayo. This includes high-quality reflections, which puts it above the PC version at insane settings. That's right, the preview embargo has been lifted for Gears of War 5 and the Xbox Series X, and we're starting to get more videos and information about this. It says here, this company is currently working on a video comparison to highlight the differences, but here's some quick comparison. And pretty much says here, Gears 5 will support advanced features on the Xbox Series X, while at first glance there is not a major difference between the game running on an Xbox One X or a PC, but the reflections are beautifully implemented in the game, which is highlighted in some scenes, like the opening sequences of Gears of War 5. So, yeah, apparently this is...
Turning on ray tracing on that version and not having it on PC yet, is what it sounds like to me.
You think so? It says here the comparison between
right
the PC version running the game on an RTX 3090 in insane settings with the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One X version. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like the lighting is way better.
Yeah.
Oh my God! On the Xbox One X, it looks so trash. What is this? What were we looking at?
Oh, no.
It looks like trash on the One X.
That's not what you were saying like 8 months ago, whatever it came out.
Wow.
Best looking game you ever saw.
Wait, didn't you play that on Xbox One X? Yeah, you did.
Also, Gunny, you will be happy to know that you can now destroy Jonathan Hall at Gears of War 5 by playing it at 120 frames a second.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I never looked at the options on there. I think I uninstalled it only because my SSD is full of Call of Duty.
Says here, with your plans to play Gears of War 5 on your Series X, you're going to get the following enhancements: higher resolution textures, improved anisotropic filtering, higher resolution volume fog, higher quality depth of field, extremely far draw distances with high level of object detail, shadow resolution and shadow distance, high quality screen space reflections, and better post-processing improvements such as bloom, lens flares, light shafts, etc. The game will run at 4K 60 on the Series X. The multiplayer will run at 120 frames. And it says here, this is compared to the 4K 30 on the Xbox One X.
Oh, see, actually, you're going to destroy Jonathan Hall because you'll destroy both of us because we're actually both in the same boat where I don't think we have pre-orders for the Series X. But he is running on a Hobo Xbox One where I'm on this Xbox One X.
Wait, Jonathan Hall still plays on like the original Xbox One?
Doesn't he? Is it the Hobo Xbox One or is it the Series X?
Is it the first Xbox One?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Something. We need to get him a PC.
You guys need to get him something. But that's all I have for news, people. So, there you go.
You're informed.
Do you feel informed now, Evan?
I do.
That was my intention and goal.
All right, guys, let's move over to the console corner. Evan's favorite part of the show.
Fuck you, Jesus.
So for your free games for gold, the games that are included in that subscription, which you pay for the month of October, the later end of the month of October, you get Made of Sker. Is it Sker? Sker? It's the Made of Sker. And your backwards compatible game, the Costume Quest. Now, there are two of these. I know the first one, and I think it's the same freaking game. Isn't it? I believe it is. Which is a Halloween adventure from Tim Schafer's Double Fine Productions. So go claim that Halloween game. It's that time of the year, folks. Go play something spooky. Instead of Phasmophobia, go play Costume Quest. Over on Game Pass, I think I just looked on the console, not the PC, But some of your featured games are Tales of Vesperia and Katana Zero, a neo-noir action platformer. Probably, again, play those on the Xbox console and over on Game Pass PC. Your gold free play days for you gold members out there. You can download Warface Breakout, which looks like a $10 upgrade of some sorts, and Australian Open Tennis 2. My peeps over there on the Australia
On the
area.
big island. The big island.
Oi, g'day. If you like tennis, go play that game. Go download it. You can play it all week for free. Achievements included.
Whoa, achievements included, huh?
Yes, because I've played those games. I didn't download I'm not going to download tennis. You guys want me to talk about tennis on this show? I played tennis. I got a new racket. It's a gold racket.
This is Australian tennis, though. This could be hardcore fucking tennis.
Snakes and alligators.
Yeah, they're like,
See, that's what I thought. I thought they were going to spear and wrestle alligators and ride on kangaroos.
Punching sharks and shit,
tennis.
you know?
What the
Like,
hell's going on here?
some Australian fucking tennis, bro.
I'd be searching coral reef for some giant.
Australia's scary, man. They got the scariest spiders, and there's always like a video of like a snake in your bed or something, and it's like in Australia, like some big ass fucking snake is in your kitchen, like in the wall or something. Like how do you live there? Why would you live there when the snake that big can be in your house?
Isn't that the woodman spider? That thing is like
like the size of your hand. Yeah, man. Why would you live there?
Like I live out in the jungle and there's a woodsman spider. Like it carried me away one day and made me a captive.
It's the spiders they have in Skyrim. It's one of those things. It just lives in my fucking forest.
Damn.
Big ass fucking spiders.
All right. Epic Store. Get your free games over there. You get 2 free games. Amnesia, a machine for pigs. So what is this, like a sequel or something? I think it is. It might have been Amnesia 1 that was different, but yeah, it looks like a horror. And number 2 is Kingdom New Lands. Not Kingdom Two Crowns, Kingdom New Lands. This is the first in its series. Go check that out. Download it for free.
You know, I think the best Halloween game to play is it's called Boogeyman.
Is that on Steam?
Yeah, I believe it is on Steam. I think you could play it in VR, which is scary too, but I think I might have mentioned it back on a show a long time ago. It's the one where you're in this room and there's six that's 6 nights before Halloween. Yeah, something like that. It's a week, the week of Halloween. Every night you have to, it's like 5 or 6 minutes. You gotta keep flashing your flashlight at like the vent above you, the door, the closet, and the window, and then your batteries run out on your flashlight, so you gotta check under the bed for flashlight batteries, and it's
Oh, so it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
kind of.
I know that website you're talking about where you can go and yeah. So what it is, I think it's just like some developer tools that somebody, because my son had me play this game, and it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's. And I think it's pretty immersive. Like, yeah, I did play this.
That game is scary, especially.
My kid was like, "Okay, shine your flashlight. If you don't fire your flashlight, Freddy's gonna kill you and gouge your eyes out." And I'm like, "Holy cow! Okay, all right, man."
Yeah. And in Boogeyman, you really got to listen to the sounds. Like, you can hear a distinct sound for the vent, the window, the door, the closet. And I think that's it. I think there's 4 points you have to constantly check and use sounds to find. And then, once you get low on batteries, you got to check under the bed. And you have to check right after he shows up. Otherwise, he might be under the bed and you get a face full of Boogeyman.
Yikes. Ooh. Hey, over on Steam, the Steam machines, there are some free games. I'm just going to list them off. I'm not going to probably give you everything, but I just went off of this link. Some of these things you do have to link with your Steam account, but if you just go to your Steam and go to the search bar, check for Endless Zone. It's free for a limited time. Make sure you do this by October 19th.
Tomorrow.
The next one is called Armor of Heroes. Armor of Heroes, claim this by October 19th. So hopefully by the time you hear this soon, you can go and claim this game. Some of these games are Sega's 60th birthday stuff. So some of it could be DLC for the game itself. Next one is called Streets of Camarucho. Another Sega smash hit like Streets of Rage 2. Looks a little older, a little 16-bit. Next one is Golden Axed. Ooh, I didn't claim this one. Golden Axed. Another one is called Night into Dreams. That was a Sega Saturn. A Saturn remake, okay. What else do we got here? Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I was able to claim this on the Steam machines. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Next one is called Wide Cross. Don't know what this is, but I don't... Yeah, there might be some links that you might have to click on. I don't know. I don't want to post it. Last one is called Puzzle Line and Knots. Looks kind of lame. Oh, and also... Oh, that's some DLC stuff. So, yeah, check out those games I mentioned. See if they're available on Steam.
You're still on the free games?
Yeah, there was a link I had for, like, some stuff.
Calm down there, Jesus. It's the freebie time.
Okay.
2 Points Hospital. There's some, I don't know, it's just some crap for like, check out maybe Sega's free stuff for Steam. But that is all we have for our free stuff, the console corner. Moving on now to community questions and questions of the week. The question we had for this week was just questions for us, questions for the community, questions in general. So the first one we got is from Jonathan Big D Hall. And he wants to know, have you watched a YouTube video movie version of a game instead of completing it? A YouTube video movie version. Was it Mass Effect? Maybe the first one. I don't think I finished it, but I did watch like a movie version to it. But you don't have to watch it.
It's pretty much like just not gameplay, just like cutscenes?
Yeah, pretty much cutscenes, yeah. Maybe a little bit of Metal Gear Solids. I think I watched that one. Might have watched that all the way through. I don't think it was super long. I watched it was a pretty much a hacked version of it is what it was, half version. But those two in memory I remember.
I'm not.
I have not either. Sorry, Jonathan.
Nope.
We'd rather play games than watch
Yeah, Jonathan, what the fuck, dude? I'm gonna
watch those. It's
I'm gonna watch Titanfall instead of
You're on the
playing.
limit, Jonathan.
Yeah.
You're on the limit and play these games.
Yeah.
Even if it's on baby mode.
All right, Normie, you're late, wants to know if we like the toilet lid up or down. I'm going, okay, I don't want the wife to hear it. Keep it up. Keep the toilet lid up.
Yeah.
I always keep everything closed up. I close all the lids. Everything's always closed.
Yes, there you go. Mayo, my man. That's how I rebel against the common, you always leave the seat up. Well, I just close the whole lid. That way, it's even playing ground for the next person.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, the lid. Yeah. So, yeah, that's always open here. Never mind. I was thinking of the seat itself. I was thinking, fuck it, just leave that up. I don't care, you know.
Gunny leaves the seat up when he takes a shit.
I hover. I don't want no germs. Oh, Brian told Junior wants to know, Jesus, what kind of car are you getting? I think you mentioned that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I got it. I got an older car. Yeah. It's just the way it works now.
Sean Fuller, he's got a question. Who is the who? Who is the who? If the who isn't the who we thought? Sean, who are you?
What?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who the fuck? What the fuck?
Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Go check that out. Go Google that. You'll know what it means.
It's just a different who.
Yep.
Okay.
To who too?
He has another question. This one's a good one. Who would win a rap battle between Starburst and Skittles?
Skittles.
I think Skittles is a better rap name, so I think
Yeah.
Skittles would win. Wait, who would win a better rap battle? Would it be Skittles or the Hawaiian Punch character?
Man,
Skittles. Skittles will always win.
I agree.
Right. Sean wants to know if Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation could eat ice cream. What would be each of their favorite flavors?
Xbox
would be the sperm whale flavored.
No, Xbox would be fucking that stupid mint chocolate. Yeah, or something green, right? Like some pistachio or mint.
Okay, fine. A green
Mint
sperm
green.
whale.
PlayStation would be like fucking some nasty blue color. It's a blue ice cream.
cotton candy or something.
Cotton candy, something lame. Nintendo would be like fucking vanilla.
Maybe strawberry or red.
Strawberry. I think strawberry.
Strawberry.
We don't care what you think. We're doing what we want.
Nintendo's like,
And you can buy our ice cream for exclusive twice the price.
Only at Baskin Robbins can you buy Phil Spencer sperm whale flavored vanilla.
Nintendo's like, we'll sell you the ice cream and the cone separately.
people would still buy
One
it.
big, baby. I went dark on that one. Niprons wants to know if we think pre-ordering a game, is a waste of time at this time and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're digital, because they're always pushing.
I mean, the thing is,
pre-order now.
the only reason to pre-order
comes out.
The only reason to pre-order is to get like anything free that they give out for the pre-order, or to just have it downloaded so you can just play it at launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it like the last minute, like the day before.
Yeah, you could literally do it the day. You could do it the hour before it launches and just download it right there. Yeah, I'm downloading it right now, and then it'll launch. You know, like.
And you know what's funny is I think even on like where I do that thing on Xbox, even if I download it the day it comes out, I still get the pre-order bonus. So it's almost a little misleading.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, only if you're just getting like a purple striped gun in a game for Borderlands or whatever it is. Like, oh, this is your pre-order bonus, you know? Because you pre-ordered. Yeah, on the day it came out. I don't know if that's true for every game. It's probably a limited time thing. They just don't specify, right? Like, if you buy it day one, you don't get the pre-order. But
Yeah.
I think the next day probably might.
I think the digital purchases kind of took away the whole value of pre-ordering, because I remember having to go pre-order from GameStop or whatever, you know, pre-order reserve my copy pretty much. That, you know, hey, put a $5 deposit down for this because we might not have enough copies when everybody rushes into the store and tries to get their copy. This way your copy's secured. That's the only perk to pre-ordering, because they're not going to sell out of pre-orders online. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a way for them to get your money sooner, but unless there's like a bonus for pre-ordering, like, I guess it's not really necessary anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leahy, Pastis, he says, what are our thoughts on having to log into Facebook to use Oculus, and they're banning and breaking devices of people and locking down libraries, not letting people play the games they purchased?
That's a tough one, right? Because they're forcing you to log into their Facebook thing.
Yeah.
To fucking use Oculus. Personally, I don't give a shit because I think I already logged into mine anyways. Right off the bat, like, I didn't give a fuck, you know, like, well, tying my Facebook to my Oculus is too much. Dude, it's like we said before, you don't have privacy. You really do not. Like if you think that because you don't log into Facebook on your Oculus, you're somehow preventing Facebook from knowing what you play, you're wrong. They own Oculus. They still know what you play.
They know what you're doing yet.
They still know exactly what you're doing. They own it. You know what I mean? It's like, so like it doesn't matter. I say just link it and fucking play. Don't.
And the fact that it's bricking them, I'm sure they're gonna. If you get bricked because you linked, to Facebook when they're telling you to, they're gonna take care of you. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna be like, "Oh, tough luck. Go out and buy another one."
No, yeah.
They'll take care of you.
Yeah, they'll help you. I'm pretty sure it's some fucking weird thing, Like I'm pretty sure what he's meaning is they're breaking when you don't log in. Like if you buy a new, because the thing is, like even when I logged in the other day on mine when I was playing Star Wars Squadrons, and because I had to re-download the Oculus app and everything on my PC. Even when I launched it, it said, "Hey, look, beginning August or whatever this year, we're making people log into Facebook. But since you actually had the Oculus before that, you don't have to do it until like 2023 or something like that, like 2-3 years from now or something." And it's like, oh, well, okay. But even then, it's like I already was logged in because it says on there like you're logged into your Facebook, Jesus Walks a Lot or whatever. So,
yeah, and I'm just, again, Leahy, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but they're probably thinking like, okay, like they already had contingency plans and they're probably thinking, there's probably a link of where somebody who's like just despised against Facebook who loves Oculus is thinking, okay, so if you go create an account, it can be undiscoverable and private and you have no friends and everything's
if it's really about
links you post or
if it's really about like you not wanting your friends knowing that you play video games or something, then how about make a fucking account and lock it down? Just fucking make it private. No full profile pictures, nothing. Right. No friends, nothing. And just have a fucking account, a blank account sitting there and just to play games. It's not that hard.
Yeah, and then they do that thing where I think I noticed they changed it maybe even recently with Messenger where you only can read the message if you accept it. Like from I don't know, blonde XXXXX or, John Smith or whatever the hell.
You can have it to where like not random people, like people can message you, but you have to accept it.
Right. Because there's those, I think they have enough, Facebook has enough options in there. Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
That could be an adult and they're selling your information.
Like I get
your date and.
Yeah. Like I get why people are like so like upset about this, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like just give in. We lost this war a long time ago. They just own everything that you do. No matter what you do, when you're doing it, they know what you're doing. They know you're listening to this podcast right now.
For the record, blonde XXXX is a really nice lady.
She's a nice person.
Yeah. Thanks for referencing her because I did add her to my friends list. She messaged me today again. Brendan Rob wants to know how everything's going over here in the U.S. with COVID-19, guys. Since we're all here in the States, the good old USA of America. How the hell's it going with that thing?
Pretty.
Everything's coming along. What do you think? I don't know because I don't watch TV or news. So I'm not really sure. I hear rumors about it. I'm still wearing a mask. I know that. Like everywhere I go, I'm a good boy.
We have to.
Yeah, at work and even outside of work, I go into a convenience store. I put it on. It's required, and
I don't really keep up.
I was thinking today that here in Ohio, they require masks when you're outdoors now, and that's been the case for a while now. And now I'm starting to see in the news, the numbers are going up. It's getting cold, so now there's like Ohio has so many more cases and more. I'm like. So, okay, we're all wearing our mask outside like we're being told, and the numbers are still going up.
Yeah. That's the same thing. Same thing in Oregon. Like, they were talking about how, like, the other day it was a record-breaking day or whatever. It's like...
Oh, yeah. Read that every day.
I was like, you guys literally test everyone in anything that's walking for this shit. Like, of course numbers are going to keep going up, man. Like, you're going to just keep finding people that have no symptoms or get false positives. It happens, dude. And, like... I think, eventually this is all going to go away. After the election, we probably won't hear about COVID. The next time we hear about it after the election, all right, we're going to hear about it if Trump wins We'll keep hearing about it because they'll be
Yes.
talking about how he hasn't handled it right or whatever. If Joe Biden wins and he becomes president, then we probably won't hear about it, and we'll hear about it next when the vaccine becomes fucking available for people. You know?
Right. Yeah, because Jesus, even a reputable site that that I saw on Twitter that I've been, they've been around for a long time, right? And they were really reached. And I think, and they come out with this article, just the headline, and and kids and affects kids and they get sick from it. I'm like, of course, of course, that's usually what happens. But it's like, man, definitely need a vaccine for sure. But I don't know. I haven't seen any real difference, like in my area, where I live. So all seems to be the same as it was. Moving on, Jason Sams said if you're stranded on a desert island and you could only have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, no Game Pass, no PlayStation Now, and one game, what system and what game would you take? And yes, the game could either be a new gen game or a backwards compatible game. So a classic, new.
We get this question asked like every 6 months or something. Someone asks the same question. And I'll answer it like I've answered it before. I'd probably take an Xbox or a PlayStation. It doesn't really matter. And I'd get Minecraft. And I would make my own games in my own world and my own people. Make little towns with little people and little houses and little jobs and little paths and little fences and little dogs and little cats and little cows and little chickens and
don't hurt my dog.
That's what I would do. I mean, what the fuck else? I mean, literally, if you pick any game ever, there's gonna be a chance you beat it, right? Like, even like, remember when Skyrim came out and they said like Skyrim can never be beat because it's this thing where they program into Skyrim where the quests keep regenerating, like it'll keep just generating quests.
Yeah, the side quests keep coming.
Yeah, and they never stop. Yeah. But eventually, you're gonna play all those side quests over and over and over. You're gonna get to a point where you're like, well.
I already helped you kill that dragger in that dungeon there.
I killed him 50 times already. Yeah. So.
I'm thinking it's like if you have internet access, at least I would say something like GTA 5 because you can do that role playing version. You can go out there and just play a role. You can go, today I'm going to be a cop or today I'm going to be a robber. That game has been one of the longest running game for a while there in sales and people playing for years now.
Damn,
and what system I'd played on, I don't know. I wouldn't really matter because it's GTA 5. I would think maybe the Xbox because I'm more comfortable with the controller. That would be the only reason. Like it wouldn't be over performance because it's an old game, but
yeah, I think for me, like Jesus, you already mentioned it, Minecraft. Either that or another game I love, which is City Skylines. It's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation.
You really think that you could just play City Skylines all the time?
You know what? Check this out. I haven't even played that game in like 2 weeks. But again, that's because of the actual new real life house that I've been working on. But probably Minecraft. It's got to be Minecraft. Yeah.
I choose Bloons Tower Defense 5.
Oh, that's a good one. Me and my son were playing that up.
I knew that game was coming up at some point.
By the way, we were battling it out, man.
Fucking Evan stuck on an island. Fucking balloons. Oh man. Yeah.
We were battling out. The wife wasn't happy of it. She was like, "You guys playing balloons over here? I'm trying to have a conversation." Balloons is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Blowing up balloons. Any other? Let's see. Anything I missed? Because I'm just gonna refresh this Facebook thing here. See what we got. Any other questions? Nothing over on Facebook, Discord. What do we got? I think
I can read them off actually. Gunny. Nipron has one there for us. And he says, do you guys think pre-ordering... Oh, I know, man, you got that one.
Oh, yeah. So I got those. Yeah. So that's everything, guys. Thank you. I know I asked the questions late. I apologize. It's been one of those weeks. I blame it on Jesus. That's what Brian Tulp Jr. did. It's your fault,
Jesus.
What? Oh,
yeah, you said you should have done it. You should have posted it in there, pal. Not Gunny. No. But that's all we have. It's been a good show. It's been long. Evan, any final last words?
Nope. Just find me. Oh boy, let's see. A1 Thick Sauce 69, Xbox Live. Reppin' Evan on Steam. Shirt Pockets on PSN. And in Discord, I think I'm Shirt Pockets as well. And hit me up on Discord if you need Pokemon for the Switch. Yep.
I need to hit you up on Discord for your BattleNet ID thing, because I noticed I don't have
Not a
you on
chance.
there. You hate me, right? That's right.
Just kidding. I'll give it to you after.
Yeah.
You know what? You know that Valorant game looks pretty dope. I was watching my brother play yesterday on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, my boy plays a lot of Valorant.
He was playing it, and I was like, that actually looks pretty cool for like a free game. You know, like it actually runs really good and everything. Even my brother was saying like playing it, like there's no lag or anything. Like the servers just work. It just runs good.
Yeah, it's a very simple game.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's just Counter-Strike with the futuristic look.
Yeah, it's Counter-Strike with a few abilities.
Third-person futuristic look. Counter-Strike. Whoa, guys.
What's the one, Mayo? The other one like Valorant that recently came out third person?
Oh, you're talking about Rogue Company?
Oh, that's on Epic, right?
It's got that similar UI and interface. Is it different companies? It looks so similar as far as
Yeah, I think it. Valorant is done by Riot Games, and then Rogue Company is I can't remember who Rogue Company is doing a game with, but I know they're promoted a lot in Epic.
Yeah, but I like Valorant better for like the way than for first person more.
I think Valorant has a bigger competitive scene than Rogue Company does right now.
Yeah,
way bigger.
I prefer that over Rogue Companies. But yeah, guys, go find me on the Xbox, on Steam. You play as Gunny Chief. One word. Yeah, PlayStation. I'm not on there much. Don't go over there. Just find me on the other platforms. On Twitter, I am. What am I on there? Not Kane West. Fuck, I totally even forgot. I usually just go by Gunny Chief on Twitter. So Kane Marston, that's what I am. Kane Marston on Twitter. Where do we find you, Mayo?
Oh, you're gonna find me on, mainly Discord, as the Mayo. And then you're going to find me pretty much most places as the Mayo1 or Mayo01 on Twitch. Come on by the Discord, say hi, hang out, play some Among Us, play some Phasmophobia with Jesus and I in VR. He's going to be screaming like a little girl.
Yeah, well,
he's going to be asking,
hey, Jesus, go down to the basement and
turn your flashlight off.
Turn the flashlight off and taunt the ghost, telling me stupid. And then I'll watch you die. Motherfucker, fuck you, Mayo.
I'll watch him the camera in the van.
Yeah, right. Mayo, I take the job of the guy who watches the cameras in the van. I'll do that in VR. Why not? Shit, the van is not haunted. I'll sit in the van all the time. Anyways.
Can't hide.
Find me playing Space Crew.
Oh, boy.
Find me playing Space Crew on Steam. Also, find me playing Phasmophobia. Do you know what Phasmophobia stands for, Mayo?
No one like me.
Let me educate all of you.
Fear of ghosts.
Yeah, my son told me.
An irrational fear of ghosts.
Yeah, I figured it's something like that.
A phobia of ghosts. Yeah.
More reason to play it.
Oh, more. Yeah, fuck that. Anyways, find me on everything as Jesus Rockslot. I'll be playing those games. I will not be playing Call of Duty Cold War. I will be playing Watch Dogs Legion somehow. I'll figure out a way to get that game. I need to get that game. I'm going to go get that game somehow. But I'll be playing that in a couple weeks. So if you're going to be playing that, let me know. And I might, Evan has inspired me to maybe go back and play Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, finish it. Great story. Great everything.
Is it really good? Is it a good story? I'm like a quarter of the way through it. Except maybe halfway through it. No, probably a quarter.
There's 3 parts of the island, so I just go by, if you made it to the second part, then you're a third of the way through the game. The final third of the game is a little bit shorter, I think, than the first 2 parts, but Jesus, just finish this game. Do yourself a favor.
Good. Anyways, find me on everything. Jesus Walks On, and peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Thank you for listening, and make sure to head on over to Stitcher, get a premium account with Horrible Gamers as your promo code. Go to my Redbubble, support the show by buying stuff, and support the show with the monies at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers. Join our Discord and all that good stuff. We love you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye. We're done.
Very clever, but I don't seem to understand.
Like right there, he sounds perfect.
Still sounding perfect.
Yep. I need you to be in that position for the whole show.
Don't fucking move, man.
Alright. Roll up close to that desk.
We're rolling. Button up here. Okay. This is still good.
That's still good.
A $20 little mic mount, the arm. That way we can pull it out to you.
I was gonna get one, but my desk doesn't really have a good, unless I got real creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll look into it. Cause eventually I do want to get a new desk, so. But
There's something to think about, like, that way you can move it closer to you and you don't just have it sitting on your desk.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this then.
Okay.
If this is good.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
I won't move.
Don't move, Evan. Don't fucking move, motherfucker.
Alright.
5, 4. Two. Five, 4. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 3.
Now he's done. Oh, and Evan moved.
Evan, stop fucking moving, Evan.
I'm not moving. We're good.
Damn you.
You're good. You're good. Your audio's good.
5, 4. Okay. Calm down, dude. For the fucking 7th time. Take 7. So am I still recording? Better be recording, Gunny.
Oh yes, I'm recording.